So I just want to briefly chop it up with the family, ask a question to get people to chime in, and also I see we have a lot of outsiders in here. Shout out to the new people coming in. We're asking a question, ladies and gentlemen. We keep hearing about gender wars, especially among Black society. We always hear about gender wars, and I want to ask the family, is the gender war actually real? Us as foundational Black Americans, especially foundational Black American men and women, we've always looked out for each other. I personally don't view myself in a war with my FBA sisters. FBA sisters rock with me. Most FBA sisters I know generally rock with brothers. We always hear about these gender warring talking points. So we have to ask, is a gender war real, or is something being manufactured outside of foundational Black American society trying to cause a wedge between foundational Black American men and women? Is there a real gender war, or is it a white supremacist tactic to create the illusion of a gender war so that we can be divided as a group? As we know, the white supremacists are always trying to falsely incentivize Black women in certain positions. They brag about Ketanji Brown and how much of a big step this is for Black women, and most Black women understand the con game. That's not a big step for them. Having a bought and paid for mammy who will sit there and toe the line for white supremacy. Sisters ain't co-signing that. But we're the only group where the dominant society has to incentivize the female side of the group. They don't go around saying we're going to do such and such for Asian women. They don't go around talking about Hispanic girl magic. They don't try to break up other families by incentivizing one gender. And in Black society, either they're trying to incentivize, and I say falsely incentivize because they're not really giving good, tangible incentives. It's a lot of symbolic incentives. They will either incentivize Black women or LGBT Black males. So we have to understand the con game that's going on here. Is it a real gender war, or is it something that's being manufactured? Because a lot of the gender warring talking points that we see coming from Black people, usually these are Black people who are non-FBA. These are usually Black people who are from other places, and they bring a lot of their real, genuine gender war mentality onto us. So we have to be very careful as foundational Black Americans not to take on other groups' baggage. A lot of the people that we see pushing these janky white feminist talking points among our society are usually non-FBA women. FBA women generally don't push those janky feminist talking points. It's usually the tether class who come among us pushing that nonsense because they ultimately want to undermine us anyway. So we have to be very weary about the gender war agenda being pushed on us. Let me get some of the family to chime in. I see Bruce got his hand up. Let's get brother Bruce in here. All right, Bruce, what's happening, brother?
What's up, Tariq? I would like to say that the gender war, I know it's being manipulated, but after seeing Tanisha Arnold ask that question and hearing so many people, like just seeing, the women, the responses, man, it didn't look good. I got to be honest with you.
And I saw some of the responses, man. Did you look at some of them flags, though? Most of the people talking crazy, a lot of foreign flags, brother. We got to be very clear. There was a lot of foreign flags up here talking crazy. Yeah.
I totally agree. I was just having that conversation. As soon as these anchor babies, first, second, third generation immigrants come over here, they just act a fool. And it's getting out.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, our sister Tachina Arnold, who played Pam on Martin, real good sister, she asked the question, how can Black women help to not emasculate Black males? And boy, it was crooked wig fiesta. It was a bunch of tethers hopping in, all these foreign flags talking about, yeah, the hell with the Black man. We don't know the Black man, nothing. The Black man is this and Black man is that. What about us? What about us? So that gender war thing was being pushed in the replies, but we have to understand most of that comes from the tether class. These are not FBA women, man. They come from these societies where the women are treated like crap. They don't say nothing about it over there, but then they come over here and try to take that out all on us and try to point the fingers at us and try to use that whole misogynoir and all of that stuff, but they don't do that to their people back home who's really doing damage to them. So we got to be very careful to not take on other groups' garbage and baggage. I don't really see a genuine gender war between foundational Black American men and women. I don't know if it's just me personally. I just see so many sisters from over here. I get so much love from them. I have so much love for them myself. We have so much love for each other. We look out for each other. We're on code with each other for the most part. So is it a real gender war or is it a lot of propaganda? Let me get some more folks to chime in. Raise your hand, family. Raise your hand. There's a brother on here. Okay. I don't know if I want to have this brother. All right. Thrillmonger, whatever your name is. He got a bunch of triple X's on his page, and I don't know what my man is into, but all right. Thrillmonger. Turn your microphone on.
Hey,
Hello?
what's going on, bro?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful sunny California day. I'm enjoying myself. How are you?
I'm good. Now, where you from, sir?
I'm from here. Well, I'm currently here in SoCal, Van Nuys. I'm in Van Nuys.
Okay. Now, where you from originally?
I'm from Northern Illinois. Like I was born in Northern Illinois.
I swear I hear an accent. I hear a non-FBA accent there. Or is your family FBA?
My family doesn't listen to Tariq Nasheed. I'm sorry.
Okay, doesn't matter if they listen to me or not. Are they FBA? Because I hear
They're not,
a hint. I hear Joloff in your voice, sir.
bro.
What part of Africa are you from?
100 Club, and then you kicked me out. You called me gay, and then and this was after
Okay, slow down.
you took my
Slow
50.
down. Slow down. Now, who are you, sir? I don't know what you're talking about. Slow down.
I'm an old listener.
Okay. You're clearly non-FBA. Where are you from, first of all? Let's go. We got to be honest with that.
I am from I'm from northern lower Michigan. That's where that's where I was
Okay.
raised.
Okay. You're not FBA, so you're too ashamed to admit where you're from. Okay. So now, what else are you talking about?
Like you can literally like check my credit report. They'll tell you all my addresses, my whole life. They're all
Sir,
here.
I can hear your accent that you're trying to hide. I can tell you're not FBA, sir. I'm a full-blooded FBA, and I know my people, and you're not one of them. But go ahead, sir.
Nasally, yes. My accent is northern Michigan. It's kind of nasally.
Sir, that's not a Michigan accent. I was born in Detroit. Don't nobody in my family talk like you. But go ahead. What's on your mind?
From Big Rapids, Michigan, bro. That's the other side. That's not anywhere near Detroit. So I don't know what you're talking about. I know Cass and all that, East Michigan stuff, but I'm not from there. I
That's
went
not a Michigan accent you have, brother.
I'm I'm a child of Michigan. I'm a son of Michigan.
You're a son of Joloff. But go ahead. What's on your mind?
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm politely asking for you to return my $50 that I contributed to the More Us campaign, and then those funds I have contact with the person who you contracted to design that website. He says that you did a chargeback on the funds, so I'm assuming that those funds were diverted into that Crispy Biscuits game, that racist Crispy Biscuits game. And as a dark skinned person, I was offended. I wanted a special place on a social network that you promised that we would have that was free of the
Got
scrutiny
it.
that took
Got it.
place on
Okay. So you want some money back? Okay.
paid off
I have some Joloff coupons. Will that suffice, sir? And sir,
my money.
I hear your phone is struggling, so you do need the money.
Yes, I
Okay.
do. Yes, I do.
Okay. I got some injera bread crumbs
Voice
around
and
somewhere.
your
Slow down, sir. You're babbling, sir. I can't understand what Babatunde. Slow down. Now, you said you got kicked out of the Illinois 300. You got kicked out of there,
300. I've been a listener since the Ustream days, sir.
but
I
you said you got kicked out of Illinois 300, and we called you gay.
you
Now
cut
what?
homo in which you called me a homosexual. You
No,
accused me of making gay porn. You said that
I know who
I,
you are. I know who
and
you
I
are.
even had
Wait.
brought
Baba Tunde, slow down. I know who you are. You're a Nigerian dude. You're a Nigerian dude, and you do porno, don't you?
I make pornography. Yes, I do.
And you're not. Why didn't you just say you were Nigerian? You're Nigerian. Why wouldn't you just admit that right
My
here?
Nigerian, yeah, but I'm from I was born in Illinois. That's where my
But you're
birth
Nigerian.
my my parents are. My parents are.
Ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen, hold on, Babatunde. Ladies and gentlemen, these lying, deceptive tethers. This is why we have to watch out for him. I could hear this guy was Nigerian or not FBA. I could hear him trying to mask his accent. This dude here, yeah, we kick you out because you were putting up pictures of your damn Bucci cat, man. We don't want that in our rooms. We're trying to talk constructive and you putting moist photographs up. That's not, we don't knock what you do, but do that somewhere else, brother.
It had nothing to do with it. What happened was I made a video where I said, hey, maybe you shouldn't be so critical of Umar Johnson. Then you
Dude, no, you just babbling. You were putting up very moist pictures, and our private spaces are not vehicles for you to try to catch. You know what I'm saying? It was just very inappropriate, and that's why we banned you, brother. Okay? So you want to be disruptive and you want to go out here and try to catch you something somewhere else, brother. I'm not knocking your lifestyle, but don't come around us with all of that moisture. It just wasn't the proper venue or the juncture, sir.
have a social network that was free of the scrutiny of the social media that took place against victims of racism because you were on that Neely Fuller tip back in those days. And that's why I
And I still am. I
no
still am, sir. But you're mad. Sir, you're very upset because
go
found
against
Baba
and
Tunde, slow down. You're battling.
I've been a
Baba Tunde, slow down. Sounds like you're very upset and you sound very jealous. And you were really causing a lot of disruptions within our social circles, sir, with a lot of your jealousy and your contempt. And
no,
that's why we kick you out, sir. You're very jealous of foundational black Americans, sir.
not anything. I live a good life. I'm here in Southern California. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment by myself. I mean, I'm able to finance a good life for myself with my own
Sir, you
capital.
do very questionable pornography, sir. There's a lot of disturbing stuff
Called
going on,
No,
sir.
no, you called me. You said that I was a homosexual. You said that I was
Sir,
making sexual
I did.
pornography.
I don't think I said that. I don't think. But sir, there's pictures of you floating around naked with a bunch of dudes, and if that's your get down, that's fine, sir.
No,
But
brought up my
and sir, listen, Baba Tunde, slow down.
old casting call.
Slow down. Slow down. We don't knock anybody's lifestyle, sir, but we have room set up to talk about constructive things. Now, sir, if you want to go out here and spread your boy Gina, there's other forums for that, just not ours, sir. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking you. I don't remember calling you names, sir. I just didn't.
This is the first time that I've ever heard that term boygina, and I work with. I'm in the so-called sex industry. This
And sir, and you're not making too much money because your phone is janky. How you slinging that much bussy and you got an iPhone 2 and the minutes sound like they're running out, sir. So you have to do better. You really have to do better, sir.
is you're muting me, and
Well, you have to listen because your janky ass Wakanda phone is just killing the game right now, sir. And we're trying to be constructive. I like to be constructive, Babatunde.
all I want is $50 back, and we'll call it square. You took
Okay.
made a racist game. You made a racist called Crispy's Biscuits. You
Yes, sir,
profited
I did. Mm-hmm.
Eastern Europe. You
Mm-hmm.
profited from that.
Sir,
And I guess that bought you another Rolls Royce or got you another family
pocket,
vacation.
pocket watching tethers. Boy, don't these folks pocket watch every dime we make? Boy, they're so damn jealous. God, sir, why don't you take that jealous energy to go fix your parents' homeland in Nigeria, sir. Why don't you go use some of your bussy money to go over there and fix your village that your family came from, sir? Why
I,
are you sitting here pocket watching foundational Black Americans, sir?
my concern is the fact that you took my money, you promised.
Sir, first of all, we created the app, the Morris app. It was created. So you're just babbling, sir. You're trying to get attention. Sir, why don't you go fix your homeland? They need your help. Instead of you coming over here, laying up with a bunch of dudes and taking pictures with men and all of that stuff, which I don't knock your lifestyle. Why don't you use some of that money to build your village, sir?
Look, you can make all the weak troll jokes. All I want is
Sir, sir, there's pictures of you naked with dudes, sir. That's not a troll joke. This is real. You were posting real questionable stuff that we didn't want to see. Sir, you're naked with dudes.
You know what? I was a contributor to the context of white supremacy for
No,
years.
being naked with a bunch of dudes, that's contributing to the context. And again, I'm not knocking your
Oh
lifestyle,
no,
but certain things are just inappropriate at certain times. When we're
but it
talking about empowerment,
years. That was
when,
a true
when we're
forum.
talking about Ubuntu,
With
stop it. Ubuntu, stop it. When
better.
we're talking about empowerment, we don't need that kind of energy. We just don't.
You're playing off their hope that there's some.
Sir, I hope you put some clothes on and not show your ashy butt cheeks all up in our empowerment circle, sir. That's what I hope. And I hope you don't do it again. I don't want to see that. None of us want to see that, sir. You take that somewhere else, sir.
Like, and I'm about to post the receipts where
Sir,
you went ahead and you took my money. You promised me
sir,
a
nobody took your
I
money, sir.
app.
Sir,
I still have the app on my phone, and
sir.
when I click, you know what it says? Oh, the
sir.
more app is not available in the App Store. Do you wish to keep this
But,
app?
sir, it probably crashed because you were taking pictures of your
Like
boy hole and you tried to post
what?
it, sir. You can't put explicit pictures up there. You were trying to take pictures of your scrotum and it rejected the pictures and it made your thing crash, sir. You're just not using the app correctly. The app is not designed for moist activity, sir. That's the problem. Okay?
Okay,
So just really get it together on your end. You got to get it together, sir. You
that's
can't post funny
that's
style stuff.
so I'm
You want Sir, Ubuntu. You're butt
like
naked, ashy as hell,
oh,
showing things we
click,
don't want to see.
click,
Sir, why don't you go back? Why don't you go back to your homeland? Get some shea butter from one of them shea butter trees and lotion yourself down and clean yourself up and get it together. Okay. All right, Baba Tunde. I got other people to talk to, but much respect and I hope you do better, sir. All right, let's try some more people in here. I'm not trying to hear some babbling buffoon. All right. Let's get some more people in here. Okay. A lot of folks in here today. Okay. Where we at? Where we at? All right. Let's get what is it, Zulu Warrior? Let's get Zulu Warrior in here. All right, Zulu Warrior. Let's get Zulu Warrior in here.
Hello, brother.
Zulu.
Hello, brother Tariq.
What's up, Zulu
How are
Warrior?
you doing, young man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So it's a great pleasure to talk to the, fatherless, backbroken American leader himself.
There you go. All right. We're twins.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Yeah. So is the gender war real? That's the question. So
Yeah.
personally, I believe that the gender war is not real because we're all equal human beings. However, there's a few degenerates that try to attack one another, but it's not really real.
There you go. All right. Thank you, brother. I couldn't really understand shit he was saying. But let's get Unicorn. Let's get this sister on here. Yeah, I think on the Unicorn something. Unicorn, Midnight London. Midnight in London. Let's get her in here. Midnight in London. Hop on, dear. I see you in here, Michelle, straight from the air.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Midnight in London. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So what's on your mind?
Nothing. Just got done working 12 hours in the ICU, so pretty
Okay.
tired. So, yeah. What's the topic
Uh,
for tonight?
All right. Thank you, dear. Okay. This is. All right. She's trying to just regular chat. This is not really that type of forum, ma'am. We gotta kind of be focused here. All right, let's get let me see. Let's get Thelma in here. Let's get Miss Thelma in here. Miss Thelma. All right, Miss Thelma, hop on here. Waiting on Thelma to turn her microphone on. Miss Thelma looking like a church deaconess in her little outfit and her little dress. I see you, Miss Thelma. Or if that's you, because some of y'all be using fake photos. But all right, Thelma, hop on. You can turn your microphone on. That would be great, Miss Thelma. All right, and then we'll get saltfish. All right. While we're waiting on Miss Thelma, let's get saltfish with grits in here.
Hi, good evening, Tariq.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I am good. Now, where are you from? I see a Trinidadian flag on your
Yes, I
thing.
have a Black American mother and a Trinidadian father. I'm from New York.
There. Oh, there you go. So what's on your mind, dear?
I just think you're full of shit.
Why is that?
I remember listening to you growing up, and you're a part of the original manosphere, and you used to go out of your way to specifically attack American Black women, and all of
That's
your
a
old
lie.
videos are still on YouTube.
Which video have I ever attacked an American Black woman, ma'am? I've never attacked American Black women. That's a lie. You're a lying tether.
Well,
What have
I
I
have the videos on my
what
page if anyone would like to see them.
what have I ever said to attack American Black
You
women?
used to tell these American niggas that if they were going to date a Black woman, they should get one from Africa or from the Caribbean because they were more cooperative, in your words. That's what you used to say.
Some are, some are not.
So how are you trying to sit here and blame non-American Black women for this gender war when you were the one who brought this bedwench word back into the lexicon of Black people on
I
YouTube?
did. I did. Yes, I
Yeah.
did. I brought down not only just
Yeah,
I
and
brought
then
it
you
in
told,
decades
didn't you
ago.
tell
Yes, I
Black
did. Yes,
men
I
that
did.
if they have
Abisola, hold on, slow down, because you got to do one lie at a time. I told Black men and Black people in general, date who you want to date. If you're not getting cooperation here, go international. The world is ours. You can date whoever, but preferably, if you're a foundational Black American man, we got a lot of wonderful foundational Black American women here. And we have a bunch of tethers like yourself that we should stay away from, ma'am. That's what I'm talking about. So my message has been very consistent. Turn your microphone on, dear.
I'm sorry, you keep muting me, but no,
Right.
your message
Yes,
has not been consistent.
it's been very consistent, ma'am. You
No,
just
nigga, it's not
listening,
opposite day in Bikini Bottom.
ma'am. You're listening with anchor baby ears. Okay, if you weren't an anchor baby, if your parents stayed back in your homeland and fixed up Trinidad, you wouldn't come over here with your little lying and scheming and conniving and deception, ma'am. That's the problem.
Nigga, my grandmother came over here when there was a nurse shortage. Like, cut your
Oh,
shit.
stop now! Stop it, ma'am. Stop it. You're over there in Trinidad, twerking your ass, bowing down to the white people, and that's why you have to flee to come over here, and that's why you're jealous of foundational Black Americans and
Bruh,
foundational
I
Black
got Black
American women.
American blood running through my veins.
Ma'am, you have edge control
I'm
gel
not.
running down your neck. You have edge control gel
Just
running
like
down
that
your
fat
neck,
white bitch
ma'am.
you got living in your.
Stop it. No, stop it. There's no fat white bitch living in my home. The only fat white bitch is the immigration officer who gave your parents a green card to bring their musty asses here. Okay? Let's be very clear, ma'am. You do not fix your little ashy lips to say anything about foundational Black Americans. You
Nigga, I
failed in
use
your
Fenty. My
homeland.
lips ain't more. You, won't
Ma'am, you failed in your homeland, and now you're over here with that $3 crooked wig trying to babble in disrespect. How
Nigga, I
dare you,
got a picture
sir?
of your daughter with a crooked wig on. Let
Stop
me
it,
change my profile picture real fast.
stop it, ma'am. Ma'am, Abisola, what you need to do, go back to your homeland, all right? Stop all of that child sex trafficking in your homeland and stop all of the starvation and hunger and clean up those slums instead of twerking around with feathers.
Why do Black American men shit and piss in project hallways? You always talking about people defecating in the street. Like, y'all
Ma'am,
niggas can't find the toilet to save y'all life.
please. The only people who shit in
You
projects
should
here are
sponsor
you,
chapstick because
Tether.
you always.
Ma'am, we don't do that. That's in your homeland. We don't do that over here, ma'am. That's what you guys do
You
in
a
your
box-headed black ass liar.
and you a big stomach, small titty hood rat. Ma'am, your titties look like mouse ears, okay? And you're jealous of foundational black American women. And you're over here hating. And you are bad built. I can hear how badly built you sound. You look like a bean bag with flip-flops on. Okay? Just be very clear. You got one of them janky shapes.
Nigga, you got a $5 Elvarna looking bitch. Like, come on.
Ma'am, stop it. Ma'am, stop it. Bitch, you're built like Gerald Levert with a lace front. So you need to really get yourself together. Okay? That's why you had to come over here, because you couldn't get chosen. You could not get chosen over there in your homeland.
You
And
a
you had,
goddamn lie, nigga.
ma'am, you fucked a Mexican in order to get
You a
married over here
fucking
to get a
lie, nigga.
green
You was
card.
telling niggas to go to Trinidad, go to
I ain't never said go
because
to
you hate my
Trinidad to
black
do.
American sisters, and now you trying to
Ma'am,
rebrand.
I've never told nobody to go to no damn Trinidad for a damn thing, to mess with some of you ashy foot hood rats over there twerking with feathers on, smelling like donkey ass. No, ma'am, I've never said that. Don't big yourself up, Abasola. Okay. Anyway, dear, anything constructive you would like to add?
No, but you're just full of shit. That's all.
Ma'am, the only thing that's full of shit is the streets of your homeland. So you need to go get a water hose and clean it up and fix your homeland instead of coming over here eating off my foundational black American family, ma'am. Okay? Abs-
Yeah, I'm not
Abasola?
doing that. My family on both sides owns property, so that's not the
Oh,
case at all.
yeah.
That's
Why
not
do
the
y'all
case.
always, will y'all
No welfare, no sex.
please stop telling that lie. Y'all all come over here telling a lie about all this property your family has. Oh, my family has all of this property back home. You're never there on the property. Your ass is always here living in apartment 2G in the projects. Why are you never in all of that land, ma'am? Why are
Nigga,
you
I'm from
never,
Rosedale. Ain't no
ma'am,
fucking ain't no apartment 2G in Rosedale and Queens.
ma'am,
Try
stop.
again.
Ma'am,
Try
stop
again.
it. Where
Try
is all
again.
of this land?
Try
Okay.
again.
Where's all of
It's
this
in New
land?
York. That's where it is.
Hold on.
Why niggas
I
that
hear,
look like you is pissing and shitting in hallways. That's where it's at. What you over there eating? Goat ass? Why are you over there making goat noises?
that's
What
on
are you
your
doing?
end, ma'am. That's over there
What
in
are you
your housing
doing?
project. You know good and well you cannot have animals in them projects, ma'am. You're gonna get everybody kicked out. You're making the block hot with them animals over there, ma'am.
The only animals is you FBA males.
Ma'am, Abasola, you cannot have animals in the projects. Now you're gonna mess up the Section 8 and gonna get the Section 8 revoked, and your ass is gonna get sent back to Trinidad, back in the slums, ma'am. Anyway, thank you so much, beloved. Let me get you out of here because I don't want to talk to little musty people. All right. Let's see who else we got here. All right, boy, the contempt that these non-FBA mammies have. Okay. All right, let's get a Yeo. Let's get a Yeo in here. All right, a Yeo, let's get you in here. All right, a Yeo, hop on in here. Okay, a Yeo, turn your microphone on, dear. We're trying to hear from you. Boy, we got a lot of folks in here. A lot of folks popped in very quickly. All right, Yeo, since you're not turning your microphone on in time, I'm going to have to get some other people here. All right. We got to get some other people in here. Let's get Roxanne. All right. We're going to get Roxanne in here. Roxanne, hop on. And then while we're waiting on Roxanne, we'll get some more people in here. We'll get Shabazz Bay. All right. So y'all start hopping on, and then no, I'm not gonna get this person. That's a white supremacist time wasting troll. All right, so let's the opportunist, let's get him or either Roxanne, either one of you guys turn your microphone on. Let's see who turns it on first. All right. The opportunist, wait, no, the espresso, whatever your name is, man. Turn your microphone on. Okay, we got some people with some struggle mics. All right, let's try some more folks. Let's get Nino. I tried Nino. Then we'll get Wild Indian Mayhem. I get him next. All right. So Nino, turn your microphone on. What is going on here? All right, let's get Jai. Let's get Jai in here. People having a hard time getting on here. Jai, can you get on? Jai, turn your microphone on. Okay, a lot of people are struggling here. All right. Let's try some more people. Hope it's not something on my end that's making people struggle to get on. Let's try. All right, Nino, turn your microphone on if you can. Wait, hold on. I see what's going on. My bad. It was
Hey, you had
my
it
fault.
muted, man. You was muting me, man.
There you go. It was my fault. All right, that's right. I knew something was going on. That was my bad, guys. I'm up here messing up, blaming it on you guys. So, Jai, what's happening, brother?
What's good, man?
I know where you from, Jai.
America.
Why do you have a foreign flag on your thing? You had a flag and you just took it off. Why'd you take your flag off?
Oh, know what you talk about, man. I'm American.
But you just had a flag. You literally just took your flag off. Why'd you hide your flag real quick? Are you ashamed of your homeland, brother? Are you choking
Hey,
on a
man, my
Jollof
homeland
bone?
better than hey. Why y'all FBAs jealous of us, man?
What are we jealous of, sir?
Everything, man. Y'all always jealous of us, man.
Us who? Who's us? You're not even saying where you're from because you're too ashamed, sir. Where are you
I
from?
ain't giving out my identity, but just know
And
y'all
that's for
jealous
your
of us.
identity. But why are you jealous of us? Because you're too ashamed to even name your homeland. You had your flag up, sir. You had your flag up and you quickly took it down. Why'd you do that?
I never had a flag up, man. I don't know what you're
Yes, you
talking about.
did. Yes, you did. You did have a flag up. And you're ashamed. Why are you ashamed of your homeland, man? Don't be ashamed. You should go back and fix your
Hey,
homeland.
man, it's better than America, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Then why are you here? You're here in America. So how is it better and you're over here?
Because I belong here. This is my land, too.
How is it your land and your family fled here, sir?
Hey, man, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, you fled over here and became a U.S. citizen because your homeland wasn't popping. So why did you have to flee if your homeland was so popping?
That's not true. That's not true.
What's not
That's
true?
not true, man.
You're not an FBA. You're a tether who fled, sir. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just
Yeah,
admit
I'm
that.
not an FBA. I don't want to be an FBA, man.
Because you can't be an FBA because it's not in your lineage.
Well, you guys are thugs and criminals, man. I don't want to be FBA.
Sir, stop it. You're just babbling and trolling, sir. Anyway, anything constructive you want to say,
I have
sir?
a question.
Sir,
Yeah, I
anything
have a question for
constructive?
you.
Okay, go ahead,
Can I ask you a
Umbutu.
question?
Umbutu. I will answer your question if you
Can I
will
ask you a
admit where
question,
you're
sir?
from. Umbutu. I will answer your question if you will admit where you're from.
I'm from Scotland, man.
You're
Scotland.
you're from where?
Scotland. I'm a black Scotland man.
Scotland. Okay. Okay. Anyway,
Can I ask
Umbutu.
you my question, man?
Anyway, Umbutu, you're gonna have to ask your question after dinner. So wipe the Jollof sauce off your mouth and call back later when you're ready to talk real. Thank you so much, sir. All right, let's get LTC in here. LTC.
Hey, Tariq.
What's up, LTC?
Nothing much. Yeah, I know you're gonna ask me where I'm from. I'm from Zimbabwe.
There you go.
I'm an immigrant. I live in Miami, Florida.
There you go. Okay.
So I just came up here to ask you why won't you give Baba $250 back?
Well, I already gave it to his mama. She asked me for some money for a wig, and I gave her $60. So her ass owed me 10. So
Let's have a serious conversation.
Where's my $10 from her bald headed ass? That's what
Yeah,
I
but let's
want.
have a serious conversation. You know, I'm
Okay,
all
let's have
about
it.
people working hard for their money. You know,
Now hold on. Now
you
where
can't
you
can't
from?
be buying Bentleys. You can't be driving Bentleys off people's
Umbutu.
backs. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
sir, that's hating, sir. I don't drive Bentleys off anybody's back. I have several successful businesses, sir, which you don't. Y'all don't understand how we as foundational Black Americans, we are codified enough to do good business and then live good off of our business. You guys are so used to scamming each other. Anytime you see black people successful without having a white ass to kiss, you automatically project your scam mentality.
But
You see the
Baba Tuna
problem with
says
that?
you never delivered on the app. Did you deliver on the app?
Stop it, sir.
No,
Stop it.
I'm asking you a question.
Are
Can you
you
answer that?
saying,
Did you deliver on the
sir,
app?
sir, I did deliver the app, and I have
Where is the
another.
app then? Where is it? Where is
I
it?
have another app. It's called Starvation Meets. It's for immigrants like yourself to meet other starving immigrants,
Let's
sir.
have a serious conversation, Tariq.
We
I'm not
are. That's
trolling.
the.
I'm not
We are
trolling.
having. You are trolling. So we're having a serious
I am
conversation.
not trolling. I want to have a
Yes, you
serious
are.
conversation.
You're Ubuntu. You're not. We're having starvation meets. So you're going to meet other starving people to find love and harmony in your life, sir.
So
That's what
you're
we're
not
going
gonna have a serious conversation?
Ubuntu, you're not a serious person, sir. You're just
Okay.
babbling and trolling, sir.
No,
Okay.
it's all good. Thank you for the
It
time,
is
though. I
a
appreciate it.
thing. All right. And use deodorant, sir. Have a good day. Let's get some more people here. All right. Let's get Tyson. Oh, I just looked at Tyson's picture. Oh, shit. Okay, Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on with your photo, man?
What do you mean what's going on my photo?
Okay. You got on some,
That's
you
me.
dressed, you what?
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah. So
Why why are you dressed like a Miami Heat cheerleader, nigga?
I was posing for preparing for
Okay.
bodybuilding competition.
Okay. All right. Where you from, brother? Where you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Nigga, where's your family from? Where you from, bro?
I'm FBA. What do you mean where I'm from?
No, you ain't FBA, dude. No, you're not.
Tariq, I didn't come on here for that. I had something important to share with you.
What you got to share, man?
All right, I just wanted to let you know from the Black LGBT community that your buck breaking movie really has started up a conversation amongst us about the buck breaking and masculinity. And
Okay.
it was really good. I when I shared it with a lot of people, I really didn't expect them to receive it, but after we watched it, a lot of them agreed that there is a problem with masculinity.
Right.
It's acceptable for us to promote the feminine side of the black gay man, but we get a whole lot of pushback when we say, we want to present ourselves as masculine, muscular, whatever, so we get attacked a lot by the community. So that movie really opened a lot of people's eyes to that. I just wanted to share that with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, brother. There's a lot of people within the LGBT community. They do like the movie because, they go through a lot of things dealing with the racism of the white LGBT community. So I appreciate that, brother. So shout out to you. Much respect to you, brother. No disrespect to the brother's lifestyle at all. But them shorts was kind of, throwing a nigga off. But that's what he does. So, I'm not knocking him. Much respect to that brother living his truth. All right. All right, let's get some more people in here. A lot of folks in here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of folks. Roxanne, I had you on earlier, but I had the thing muted. So let me get my sister Roxanne on here. Roxanne, hop on in here. Let's get Roxanne on in here.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello, Roxanne. How? I can hear
Hi.
you.
Oh my gosh. I just wanted to say, for the woman who called up and was very belligerent, I'm sorry about that. You have a lot of, Black American listeners and people who love you a lot, but I just can't stand how they get on there and just start yelling and cursing and then oh well, you're rude against Black American women and blah blah blah. I'm like, no, that's
It's
not true
always
at all.
non-FBAs. It's right. It's always these non-FBA tethers. She was a non-FBA. She's an anchor baby. So it's always them. They come in here with their contempt. So, it is what it is. So I'm not tripping on them. But how are you, dear?
I'm very good. I'm so nervous. My voice is shaking. Oh, I love you. I've been listening to you for 5 years now. You're so amazing. You've taught me so much. So it's an honor.
My love. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, beloved. Yes, and that's what I said. Man, foundational Black American women, they love what I do, and I love them. I always look out for the foundational Black American brothers and sisters. It's nothing but love, ladies and gentlemen. And the moist naked dude, I see you trying to get on. I'm not. This is not going to be an opportunity for you to try to get some OnlyFans customers, dude. You on here trying to catch. I'm not bringing you on. This dude is up here trying to get some customers. This is not that kind of party. All right, let's get Charles in here.
Brother
All
Tariq,
right.
you mind if I speak? You got me sitting up here, man.
Go. So what's up, Charles? Wait, who is that? That Nino. Let's get Nino. Go ahead, Nino. Let's get Nino, then Charles. What's up, Nino?
Yeah, what's good, brother, man? First and foremost, man, salute to you, man. I credit you with introducing me to this B1 space, man. You know, the B1 community introduced me to all the great master teachers such as Dr. Wilson and Neely Fuller. But to answer
Yes,
your
sir.
question, is the gender war real? I think you hit the nail on the head when you said that it's being artificially placed upon us. But I have noticed that there's 3 common traits of people that constantly not only run interference for white supremacy in general, but also add fuel to the fire to this gender war. I feel like, and it's not all, I'll make that very clear, it's not all, but I've noticed the 3 common traits of the people are usually LGBT, of non-foundational Black American background, and swirlers. That's the 3 common traits of people that I constantly see that's gassing this fake gender war, because foundational Black American men and women, we realize we in the same boat with the hole in it. We're not sitting here comparing who getting more wet. So that's all I want to say, brother.
Real
Appreciate
talk. Much respect, man. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get Charles in here. Let's get Charles in here. Charles.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
What's up, Charles? How are you?
I'm good.
So what's on your mind, Charles? Are you I see you're Nigerian. Are you here in the Americas? Where are you right now?
Not yet, but I'm like trying to be United States like 3 times. But still, they're still denying me a visa of me visiting my cousins.
Okay. Now where are you? Where are you now? Are you in the UK or are you in Nigeria?
I'm in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. So what's on your mind, sir?
I believe this war is real.
Okay.
And I know Black people is like strong people, and I know they can stand anything in this world as long as they are united. That's that's what I think is on my mind.
Okay. Thank you so much, brother. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get some more people in here. Shit, it's taking my man forever to get his point across, but okay. Let's get Sosa Angle, whatever your name is. Sosa Angle, whatever your name is. Let's get you on here, Sosa Angle. All right, Sosa Angle got the hell out of here. All right, let's get some more folks in here. A lot of folks bouncing around in here. A lot of folks. All right, let's get Shantae Holt in here. All right, a lot of folks in here. I'm trending on Twitter right now, and some Shantae.
Hey Tariq, how are you?
I'm good, Shantae. How are you?
Pretty good. I was sitting up here reading. It says, "Is the gender war real?" I say no, not at all.
Okay.
Like I go to work every day, and the men that I'm around, FBA, my family, my peoples, we all treat each other good, genuine.
Yeah.
It's never no hate towards us. It's like nothing but love.
Real talk. And that's the point. That's the point, lady. Thank you, dear. That's the point, man. We foundational Black Americans, we kind of look out for each other. We don't really have no gender war type of thing, man. We all look out for each other, dude. We've always been like that. Jerome, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up? Are you driving right now, Jerome?
Oh, no. My bad about the sound.
Okay.
Just a long time listener. I'm calling from Toronto, Canada. Can you hear me? Is my mic good? Or?
Okay. Yeah, it's just a lot of noise in the background. Are you by a window? You in a bubble bath? What are you doing?
I'm actually just about to go watch a movie, so I guess it's about a little bit loud in the lobby.
Okay.
But I just wanted to call, just shout you out. I'm from Toronto, Canada. My parents are Jamaican. I just don't understand a lot of the hate that's coming towards you, because I got a lot of love for Americans and all that. So shout out to your new baby coming on the way. Shout out to foundational Black Americans and all that.
Brother, what kind of movie theater is that? What kind of movie you about to go see, brother? Brokeback Mountain? What kind of movie theater is that? He said he's about to go watch a movie. I've never heard a movie theater lobby that loud. Like, is he standing by the popcorn machine? Damn, that was loud, brother. Unfortunately, I had to take you off, brother. The sound was killing me. My God. Okay, but much respect to you, brother. I appreciate you. Let's get Shabazz Bey. I think I tried to get you on earlier. There were some issues. Shabazz Bey, hop
Hello,
on.
hello, kind sir. Hello, how you doing? This is the first time, so I want to first, give proper respect and everything like that. What exactly is the topic? So I stay on topic. I don't, I'm not a heckler or anything. How I stumbled across you is several people have been telling me the same thing. Like Tariq Nasheed, you really need to listen to him. You think alike. You have the same type of attitude and energy. You tell people off and everything like this. So I wanted to see everything that they were talking about. Like, so I did my homework and my research, and yeah, I like your energy. And from the first couple of minutes that I was on, when you was roasting old girl, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that sounds like me. So yeah,
no,
so now I want to add to, I want to add whatever Lorries I can to this recipe, but I don't want to go off the
right.
script. So what is the exact topic? So I'm on point.
We, yeah, we're talking about, is there a gender war? Is the gender war that we keep hearing about, is it really real? That's the topic, between black men and black women.
Between black men and black women. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Because gender war that could mean a lot of things. So since you're saying against, when you say men and women, are you talking about us, our Aboriginal people, or are you talking about
yeah,
everybody?
really foundational black American men and women. That's what I'm
Okay.
talking about.
Um,
Yeah,
I do feel like, yeah, there is definitely a war, but it's just like it's just like the war that we see on TV right now. So you know,
okay.
it's about that real. So but you see it in every show. You see it in Empire. You see it in Scan. Every I can name any TV show that's a hot TV show, and it's like mandatory right now. Even the Will Smith reboot of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I don't remember Carlton
Yeah,
being gay. I don't remember somebody. I don't remember him doing cocaine. So now he does cocaine
yeah.
and he's a homosexual. Okay.
Wow. Wow, yeah, I haven't even seen that show. I keep hearing things about it, and the more I hear about, thank you for the call, brother. The more I hear about that new Fresh Prince reboot, the more I don't want to watch it. I've deliberately not watched that thing, man, just because of the stuff I've heard, dude. I'm hella cool. Um, let me see who I got. Alpha Music, hop up here, Alpha Music.
Yo, what's up, Tariq? How you doing, man?
What's going on, brother? Now I hear that accent. Let me try to guess. I'm gonna try to guess some of these accents. I hear probably Mozambique somewhere. Where you from?
No, I'm West African, Gambia.
Oh, okay. Shit, almost. Well, kind of,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lower Gambia. So, where are you living now?
Right now, I'm in Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what's on your mind, brother?
No, nothing in particular. I just came in here. I was just interested in hearing the conversation, and then you were just roasting that boy, Baba Tunde, where you were calling him the boy Jana guy. So I was just cracking up at that. But apart from that, I appreciate what you do. I respect the Hidden Color series. You put in work.
No,
You're very conscientious. I respect that. So nothing bad from my part. I was just kind of interested in the topic in general.
there you go. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, notice most of the people who come from the continent of Africa, most of them are pretty cool. We only get a lot of flack from really about two or three places over there. It's the same three places that we get a lot of the jealous tethering. All right. And y'all know what they are. I don't even have to name them. It's the same two or three places that we get the same jealous pocket watching vitriol from. But they stay pocket watching. But Gambia, all of these the other places are actually cool. South Africans, they're usually very cool. But Baba Tunde, the dude who called earlier, the moist dude, that type of pocket watching energy, you know where that comes from. All right. Let's get some more folks in here. Let's get all right. A lot of folks here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of folks here. A lot of folks here. Let's get Kwaku. All right. Let's get Kwaku in here. All right, Kwaku, hop on. We're waiting on Kwaku. What's up, Kwaku? I can hear you, sir.
Okay. How are you, Tariq?
Where you calling? I'm good, sir. Where you calling
from
from?
Cape Town, South Africa.
There you go. What's on your mind, my brother?
I just wanted to get on the topic about the gender war. From my perspective, from South Africa, when seeing it online on the internet, especially with the divestment movement, it does seem a bit
Mm-hmm.
real to me. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it seems that way to me that there is a gender war going on between the black man and the black woman.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't understand what my brother was saying. First of all, he was the phone sounded kind of far away, and my brother's accent. So no disrespect to him. I just really could not understand what my brother was saying. But much respect to him. Let's get Afro. What's her name? Caucasian. Afro Caucasian in. Let's get her in here. Afro Caucasian. Okay. Let's get Afro Caucasian in here, ma'am. Hop on in here, ma'am. Turn your microphone on, ma'am. Afro Caucasian, turn your microphone on, ma'am. Let's get you on in here. Okay, she's not saying anything because she has a janky T-Mobile phone. All right, let's get some other people in here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's get some more people in here. All right. Let's get Modern Mansa. Let's get Modern Mansa in here. Modern Mansa in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn your microphone on.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's on your mind?
Great, great. Hey, man, I actually think it is real because the propaganda arm, uh, I think they really believe that. Black women in particular. The whole
Okay.
you're better than black men thing.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Let's get some more folks in here. All right. All right. Let's get a couple of more people in here. I'm not going to be on too long because I said I was on yesterday and I said I'm not going to be on here too long, and I was on there for damn near 3 hours. Okay, this moist dude, you can stop raising your hand. I'm not getting you on here, dude. You're just babbling and trolling for customers. You're in here trying to find a strong man, and this is not a dating site, sir. All right. Let's get some more. Raise your hand, family, if you want to get in here. Let's chop it up. Let's get Rai, whatever your name is. Let's get you on here. The sister with the Haitian flag. Rai. Turn your microphone
Hi,
on.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are
Good, how
you?
are you? So, do I
Uh,
think it's real on the internet? Yeah, it is definitely like there's some tension, but in real life, within like people's families and stuff like that, you don't really see it. Like I don't think it's like there's no propaganda or anything like that, like you guys say against the black man. I just don't believe that's real. So,
yeah, there you go. All right, beloved. Let's get China. Let's get China in here.
How are you doing?
What's up, China? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
There you. All right, what's on your mind, China?
Oh, I just wanted to know what the whole gender. Why are you honking at me? That is nasty. Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm,
Um,
okay,
somebody was honking at me. But
there you go.
what happened? I just want to know what the whole gender war thing was about. Like that is very weird.
Yeah, we're asking. That's the question. Is the gender war real? Do you think the gender war is real, or is it just propaganda?
I think it's just. I mean, I honestly do feel like some people, some like women in particular, black women in particular, they might feel like it's a competition with the black men, and I honestly don't know why, but I think it's real to an extent. It depends on who you're asking.
Okay, all right, sis. Let me let you finish, son. You about to go get your toes done or something? You getting out the car? All right, thank you, dear. All right, let's get stickism,
Yeah,
and
stickism,
then
that's me. Daddy O.
what's up? How you doing, brother?
Better than good and better than most.
There you go. What's on your mind, sir?
Yo, my man. Hey, it's real, but I really think now I'm thinking about it. I think a lot of we've been infiltrated so much that a lot of these people they're trying with this first generation black American, which is bullshit, you know? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is, because It's I'm originally from Harlem, but I'm in Westchester now, and it's not like that over there. It's mostly with a lot of these interlopers.
There you go. All right. Queen, let me thank you so much, brother. Queen, hop on, Queen. Let me get
Hi,
him a
thank you for letting me up, Tariq. I've been following you for a very long time, and I just want to let you know that you're a piece of shit. You are a thief. You are an FBI.
oh, ma'am, we knew you were the Somalian little flea bag. We already knew. I can tell with your voice. You're not fooling anybody. The minute you start talking, we knew it was the little hateful, jealous Somalian girl. You're still hateful and jealous
When are
of
you gonna
Foundation.
build a museum, Tariq? Where's the million?
Ma'am, we have the museum, ma'am. I told you that. It's right next to the Injera factory, sir.
You did not build it. You are a
Yes, we do.
criminal, Tariq. You killed a man.
Ma'am, ma'am, we have the museum. We built it, ma'am. We built the museum. It's right next to the llama cleansing store where you can wash your llama. So when you go wash your llama, just look out the window and there's the museum right there, ma'am. So
I'm
why,
surprised it's not next to a gun range. I'm surprised. It's not.
ma'am, ma'am, why are you
You
so
guys are
jealous?
criminals.
Ma'am,
Thieves.
why are you so jealous of foundational Black American women? You got, especially you. You have a lot of contempt for foundational Black American
I
women.
can never be jealous. I'm a beautiful East African queen. That's why Black American men love East African women. You don't love.
Stop it. We are not really checking for you with your big forehead and little ashy knees and long feet. We're not checking for you. Some of them are cool, but not you. We're not checking for you. When have we sat around and said, damn, boy, that Somalian girl got a gang of ass? When have we said that, ma'am? Stop it.
Why do you degrade your Black women, Tariq? Why do
Ma'am, I'm staring at you and the female genital mutilations that go on over in your homeland, ma'am. You can't talk about any type of degrading of women. The stuff that your men do to you guys over
the
there is,
white man was chopping off your hands and feet?
ma'am, that's over there in the Congo. They were chopping off hands over there with
They
King
didn't chop Black
Leopold.
Americans' hands for not picking cotton. They didn't do that, Tariq.
No, they weren't really doing that. They might chop somebody's foot off for running away, but they weren't doing that because slaves were property and they were insured. So you weren't really trying to chop off hands and feet. A useless slave would be a waste of money. But over there in the Congo, when King Leopold was over there, they were chopping off hands and feet. And over there in your homeland, they're shooting
Why
people.
do
And
Black Americans have the
man,
highest crime?
ma'am, you guys are committing most of the crimes up there in Minnesota. You tethers, y'all touch down here and start committing crimes, ma'am. And let's not even talk about
I live in Hamad. I don't live in America. I don't live in the
man,
ghetto with you Black
ma'am.
Americans.
Your homeland is a ghetto, ma'am. Your entire
You
homeland is a
make up
ghetto. That's why you
60% of the
fled.
prison population. Do you know that, Tariq? Do you
Ma'am,
know that? You
and
guys,
you make up 80% of the starvation in your homeland, ma'am. So you cannot speak. You had to flee
there's
your
17 million starving children in America, Tariq. 17.
ma'am, please show one of them running around here with their stomach out like grown folks in your homeland. You have grown people in your homeland literally falling out in the streets with hunger. You don't have that over here,
They're
ma'am.
running around in Chicago and Atlanta and Baltimore, Tariq.
Ma'am, no, they're not. Even the gangsters in Chicago are eating good. Not like over in your homeland. Y'all up here robbing fish ships with big foreheads and empty stomachs. Ma'am, let's not go there. Let's not go there, ma'am.
I'd rather have a big forehead than a big nose, Tariq. I don't care.
Ma'am, and that nose is big enough to smell your musty burgers. And that's the problem, ma'am. You brought that musty burger over here among us, and you're trying to be disrespectful, ma'am. Why is that?
Tariq, you're an informant. You, Sir Major
Mm,
Wani, you work for the FBI. Everyone knows that. You don't care.
ma'am, and this is why your homeland failed. You tethers just sit up here lying all day, just making up things out of full cloth, just saying anything. And that type of lying and scamming is the reason why people are running around peeing in rivers in your homeland having to flee. You are the face
Africans
of
are the
the
most successful Democrat in America.
ma'am, you're not even the most successful in your homeland, ma'am. If you're so successful, Why are you peeing and defecating in a river, ma'am, and you have to
My
flee? Why?
people don't do that, Tariq. We
Yes,
have our
they do.
beautiful land and our culture. What do
Then
you
why
have?
did you flee?
FBA started on Twitter. It's going to end on
No,
Twitter.
no, it's
FBA
not,
stands for nothing.
ma'am. No, ma'am. We are foundational Black Americans, ma'am. We built this beautiful nation. No other people built this nation from scratch. White people didn't even do it, ma'am. We did that. And we have been occupied by white supremacists, just like your homeland. At least we know that we're occupied by white supremacists and we fight the white supremacists. But you turn around, face the opposite way, and flee. And you're shamed, aren't you, ma'am?
If you guys built America, then why are you guys the poorest in America? How come you don't have the fruits of your labor if you built America?
Ma'am,
How come the
black
white man
people,
is?
ma'am, black people, especially foundational Black Americans, we have the most money of any group of black people globally. Okay? We have the most money out of any group globally. So our poorest black person is still doing better than the average person in your homeland, ma'am.
Then why don't you help every black community in America? Look at the ghetto. Atlanta, Baltimore, Chicago, Philly,
Ma'am,
Memphis.
Atlanta, nowhere in Atlanta looks anything like your homeland, ma'am. Nowhere in Chicago looks anything like your homeland, ma'am. Not literally nothing. You don't have people living in shanty towns in Atlanta or Chicago, peeing and defecating in the streets and bathing in rivers. We don't have none of that over here, ma'am. You're projecting your filth. Why is that, ma'am?
You guys are criminals. You did not build America. The
Mm,
Chinese did. The Irish
No,
slaves did.
Lord.
You didn't build anything,
Lord,
Tariq.
what kind of lie is that? How did Chinese wait, ma'am, can you please explain that lie? How did Chinese build America, ma'am? Hold on. I'm not going to mute you. I want you to explain that lie. Basharo, come on in. I gotta have you explain. Basharo, where you are, dear? Where you at? Basharo.
You guys are black identity extremists.
How
You
did
live
wait,
in a
wait, no, no,
victim
no, no, no,
mindset.
no, no, no. Please explain how Chinese built America, or is that just another random lie that popped up in your head, ma'am? Can you please explain how Chinese built America?
No, it's not a lie. You live in a victim mindset.
Okay.
So if I tell
How
you
did
the
okay, you
facts,
keep trying to change the subject. See, you're just saying anything right now. You're just making up random lies as you go along, ma'am. Now you knew that was a lie. That's why you're trying to deflect. Now you're just saying anything. You're so emotional, ma'am. And don't get too emotional because that's going to make you sweat, and sweat means more must. And I don't want that. I don't want that. We don't need it. So, ma'am, do you have anything constructive to say? Because I don't want to hear you just sit here and babble. So go ahead. Be constructive, ma'am.
yes, I do.
Go ahead.
How did you go from being a Pan-Africanist and loving Africans and giving us our props to hating us and disrespecting us and not giving us our props? Can you answer that question for me? Look who's being a troll now. You're a grown-ass man being a troll. How embarrassing, Tariq. How embarrassing.
Ma'am, can
That's
you
why
please,
FBA will
ma'am,
never be.
ma'am, can you roll your window up in your Postmates car, please? There's animal sounds in the back, and I really can't hear you that well. If you can roll your window up, that would be great, ma'am. Because I'm really trying to hear you. I want to have a constructive dialogue, ma'am, but you're gonna have to put your elephant on a leash or something. I can't hear you, ma'am. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, ma'am, because it's too much. It's just too much for me. All right. Let's get to more people in here. Yeah, because I don't want to hear all that babbling and whining. Okay. Um, Darth Darthayan, I can't pronounce your name, sir. Darthayan, hop on, sir. Oh, wait, let me unmute. Hold on, wait. Hold on, Darthayan. God damn, I'm having trouble here. Darthayan, hop on, sir.
D'Artagnan. Yeah, Tariq.
Dar-
I really appreciate what you do. I know your question is the gender war real? Um, but however, I really appreciate you in the past spaces just opening up the discussions between, FBA and the African diaspora because I felt like, I've been living under a rock just like listening to how Africans have such hate, like all this projection and
yeah.
all this hatred for people that have always just said to themselves, hey, listen, we got to look out for everybody before we look out for ourselves. So it's just
Right.
pretty interesting. But is the gender war real? I don't think there's like a real war between um, foundational Black American women and men. However, I think it's clearly seen that because of white supremacy, they have pushed a lot of propaganda, um, creating issues between Black men and Black women. So I think there's a lot of propaganda that's being pushed on the masses to have everyone, think that what we shouldn't be, we shouldn't. Black families should take a back seat. I think they're
There you go. Yeah, thank you, brother. I needed you to land that plane. I'm going to get some other people in here, but thank you so much. I can't pronounce your name. It starts with the T. Ma'am, can you hop on in here? Hello? Mhm. Hello, ma'am. Okay. Is everything all right with the computer, ma'am? You're on, you got a picture of you and your computer don't work. Okay. Well, she has to get her microphone together. Let me get her off here. Okay. All right, let's get Guinea, somebody named Guinea in here. Guinea Daniel. Guinea.
Hello, Tariq.
Okay, this is another one of these Somalians. But what's happening? How are you?
I'm good, Tariq. I just want to say the black people built the pyramids using peanut butter to stick the bricks together, and then they went to space.
So you said black people built the pyramids with peanut butter and they went to space?
Yeah. Do you think that's true?
Now, where are you from, by the way? Where are you from? Are you Somalian too?
No, I'm Sicilian.
No, you're not Sicilian. That's not a Sicilian accent. You sound like you're from East Africa too.
Buongiorno, bellissimo.
Well, you just ate a Buongiorno pizza. That doesn't make you Sicilian. You stole a pizza from somewhere, and now you got to feed that little hungry belly of yours with that DiGiorno pizza. But you sound ashamed of where you're from. Why are you so ashamed of where you're from?
I'm actually from ancient Egypt, but I don't want to really get into
You're
that.
not. No, you're not. Not. You have a British accent, so you somewhere. You fled up there to Britain somewhere. Where did you flee from?
I fled from the ghettos of Sicily.
No, not with that accent. No. I can hear your forehead bumping up against the phone. I can hear you have a ganger forehead. I
I
can
can
hear it.
I can hear the monkey noises from you there.
The monkey. There's no monkeys over here in foundational Black American culture. We don't have any monkeys, ma'am.
I can hear the monkeys.
No, you cannot hear any monkeys, ma'am.
I can hear the hot burger monkeys on your side.
That's the transmission from your Uber driving down the street making noise. You need to put some transmission fluid in there. It makes monkey sounds because you haven't put no fluid in there, ma'am. That's what the problem is.
I don't have an Uber, but okay,
Yes, you
Tariq.
yes you do. You over there. You fled from East Africa. You over there in Britain driving for Postmates, delivering porridge. That's what you do for a living now, ma'am. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
You were just mad, Tariq, because black people built the pyramids using peanut butter. Why would you admit that?
And ma'am, that peanut butter right now is going over the rice and the injera bread from your homeland, and they're eating anything they can. They're making peanut butter and injera sandwiches right now. Hungry
The
as
funny
fuck.
thing is, Tariq, I have a homeland. You don't.
I do have a homeland. Ma'am, this is my homeland. I built it and never fled. And you fled from yours. You don't have a homeland. You bounced.
No, you don't. That it belongs to the Native Americans, not you,
No,
Tariq.
ma'am.
Let's be honest.
There's a reason why you have an English accent, ma'am. You don't have a homeland. You got the hell out of that hellhole called a homeland because you failed in it. You have nothing, ma'am. That's why you're mad at foundational Black Americans, aren't you?
You are failed Black Americans. Why are you niggas so poor?
We're not poor, ma'am. We're not fleeing. That's you fleeing,
If you weren't poor, then you wouldn't be begging for reparations. Come on now.
ma'am. That's something that's owed. If somebody owes us something, see, we don't run. We stand up and fight for what's owed. Unlike you put them little musty flip flops on and got your ass on the first thing smoking, and you got away from your homeland. You disrespected your ancestors and abandoned your homeland because you failed. And now
And your
you're
father abandoned you, and that's why you're on a Twitter space
and,
talking to.
and your father had to sell bussy for a green card to get you up out of there. So that's where the shame is, ma'am. There's a lot of shame going on in you and your culture. There's a
Can
shame
you
there.
say that, but not in a Ebonics, okay?
Sir, ma'am, the shame. Just let the shame go. You fled. It is what it is. And
I
you
didn't
guys have a lot of
flee
contempt. Yes,
from
you did. Man,
nowhere.
yes, you
Your
did, man.
dad fled from your house,
Yes, you
okay?
did. And ma'am,
And
and
your
he
uncle
fled,
touched you, Tariq.
my dad fled from the house because your dad delivered Postmates and he was musty. So my dad fled, my mom fled. We had to leave because your dad left a trail of must, ma'am. That's why we had to flee. But other than that, we're in our homeland. The land that we built, the land that we fought for, we're here. But you are over there in the UK, musty as hell, ashy as hell.
The only one musty is on you, Tariq, okay? And your
No,
stinky
ma'am.
wife.
No, ma'am.
No one else is musty.
Ma'am, my wife smells wonderful, not like your mother.
Oh, keep telling you said that. Keep
Yeah,
telling you said
ma'am,
that.
ma'am, you smell like Billy Goat titties. Okay, that's what you smell like. You and your mama. Okay, the
You
tits
smell
of
of
a Billy Goat.
Kool-Aid and flipping Popeyes. What the fuck are you talking about?
Ma'am, Popeyes is better than ostrich legs. Okay, y'all have to put ostrich eggs in some hummus and roll that shit into a damn gyro. At least we're not just eating stuff like that, eating some Red Cross rice with it. Okay, so you can't say nothing about foundational Black Americans. Now, you choke on that Red Cross rice, then you'll be like, oh, help, help, help. Why don't y'all foundational Black Americans help? So watch your mouth, ma'am.
I didn't understand that because that was in Ebonics again. So.
Oh, no, there's no Ebonics. There's no Ebonics. Ebonics is the name of the cake soap that y'all be using to try to lighten up over there, to try to be Arab. You want to be Arabs over there.
No, we're already naturally light. What are you talking about? You don't need to use bleach.
Y'all be cake soaping it up trying to be an Arab. You're not an Arab.
First of all, that's Nigeria, so you got the wrong
That's you
African to my
too.
friend.
Y'all too. I look over there in East Africa too. Stop it. Y'all be cake soaping it up over there too.
No, we are naturally light.
Yes.
Some of us, so nice try.
You're skinny as hell, looking like Sammy Sosa in the face. Stop it. Okay.
First of all, Tariq, I know you're not talking with your perm. I know you're not.
Ma'am, I do not have any perm. Just because it doesn't look like a $3 wig like you're used to, don't mean it's a perm, ma'am. Y'all so used to the
it's
$3 wigs.
2022. You still got Jerry curl in your hair.
Man, I do not have any chemicals in my hair, ma'am. Unlike you guys have them struggle wigs that cost $3.50 that y'all wear, and then you try to comb a bayang on that shit, looking like a whole fool. So don't
listen.
speak.
There is a bold Indian girl in India right now because of your mom, because she doesn't have any hair, and she's using Indian remedies. Okay.
And there's a whole plethora of skinny, hungry mammies running around there with their stomach sticking out and funky $3 wigs with no edges and flies on top of the wig. So you won't even.
And there's somewhere in Detroit full of fat Black American women who are like, I need to get my Popeyes. I need to get my damn Popeyes. So shut the fuck up, Tariq.
And ma'am, there's a bunch of women from your homeland saying, please help me. They're going to sell me to the Arabs. They're going to sell me to the Arabs. Y'all being sold to the Arabs right now up there in Libya right now,
And
ma'am.
there's a bunch of fat Black American women be like, you ain't pay my daggone child support. What the fuck I'm gonna do this morning?
Ma'am, y'all got so many orphanages full of kids in your homeland, ma'am. Don't talk about no child support.
And you
y'all
have so many fatherless children. Let's talk about that.
Y'all have paternity fraud and a bunch of kids in orphanages left and right, and then you sell your kids to white folks who come over there. Ma'am, stop it. Stop it, Fudima. Anyway, Fudima. Anyway,
Okay,
Fudima.
Marcus. Okay, that was a good one, Marcus.
Okay, Fudima. Anything you have constructive? You have anything constructive?
I just want you to admit that Black people built the pyramids using peanut butter.
No, man. Wait. Hold on.
Oh, that's so original. I did not hear that 10 times today.
Fudima. Hold on.
I can't hear that.
Fudima, can you please roll your window up, dear? Okay, Fudima, please. Fudima, I'm gonna have to let
Oh
you
wait,
go.
why the hell are there monkeys
Fudima,
across my
Fudima,
street?
Fudima,
Oh wait, I
Fudima,
forgot they're Black Americans.
Fudima. It's the flies for me, dear. It's the flies for me. Okay. You have to roll your window up, Fudima. I just can't deal with flies. Yeah, the flies just bother me so much. Okay. Okay. Let's see who else we got here. Let's see. Shout out to the FBA family in the house. We in here deep. The FBA family's in here deep. And let's get one or two more calls in here. All right. Let's get Trimmy. I don't know what my man's name is here. Trim you. All right. And then we'll get who else we got? All right, Trim you, hop on in here, brother. All
Hello,
right.
Tariq. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, buddy?
I'm fine.
Now, where you calling from?
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, I just want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, sir.
Do you hate Nigerians?
Do I hate Nigerians?
Yeah.
Why would I hate Nigerians, sir?
I don't know, because there's a lot of you saying that FBA dislike Africans, they're taking your jobs or something like that.
What jobs are you taking, sir?
Maybe the professional jobs, maybe the Uber jobs or something like that.
Yeah, we're not really tripping on the Uber jobs, and I don't know what professional jobs you're taking, but the Uber jobs, we're not tripping, sir.
So you don't hate Nigerians for that?
Do I hate you for taking the Uber jobs? No, I don't. I really appreciate you
What
for the
about the
Uber.
professional jobs?
What professional jobs are you taking, sir?
Maybe when you talk about medicine, engineering, IT.
If you're taking those jobs, how
Yeah.
come you're not utilizing those services in your homeland if you're taking those jobs?
The thing is, most of the Nigerians are based in the United States, so they work for a
Okay,
company.
sir, if you got all of this medical expertise that you're taking, because I've never said that, you're not. There's a lot of foundational Black American doctors here and lawyers and professionals.
Yeah.
If you're in the medical field and you're doing that well to the point where you think we are upset about you taking the jobs, where is the medical industry in your homeland if you have all of those doctors and medical people?
Yeah, the thing is, there's a lot of factors that go into setting up maybe a medical center in Nigeria that you might not understand because your reality is different. You know, you came from a
No.
different background.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
I've been to Africa, sir. I've been all over Africa. And one thing I know, a lot of the officials there, when they get sick or whatever, they have to fly them out of Nigeria and other parts of
Yeah,
Africa.
that's correct.
So, what are you talking about, sir? If you
Yeah,
guys have
so
all of these doctors, why do the people have to fly the hell out of there to get medical treatment, sir?
yeah, that's the thing. It's not enough to have good professionals. That's true. So that's
Right.
what is holding maybe Nigeria and many Africans back. There's
Right.
still some kind of a politic structure you need to talk about.
Oh, the
Well, yeah,
politics.
of course.
The politics. Oh,
Yeah,
that's what's making them have to fly out. So you mean government, the government, it's the government,
yeah,
it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government. The government, right?
yeah. The government is one of the factors, of course.
Got it. Okay. So as
Yeah,
you
and
basically,
one thing you also need to know.
slow down, sir. So as you basically just admitted, you don't have anything for us to hate now, do you?
So basically, I'm saying that when we come to the United States, for instance, go to UK, but let me use the United States as a base of reference. When we come to the United States, according to statistics, for instance, Nigerians have the most educated professionals in the US. So basically,
Immigrants.
yeah,
Immigrants.
immigrants, of course,
Right.
yeah.
Because
immigrants. So
we've built institutions and educational institutions here. We've been doing that for 200 years, ever since we were released from slavery. We fought for our freedom. We immediately started building up education institutions in the Americas, sir. Public education came out of Black freedmen. Okay, so don't brag about something we've been doing for damn near 200 years. Are you
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
brag
yeah.
that, sir?
But what you cannot disprove is the fact that some of these achievements, of course, can also be attributed to Africans. Do you disprove that?
Wait, some contributions, what?
Some of these contributions you talk about can also be attributed to Africans.
Such as what?
Uh, most of the blacks you see in the United States, how did they get there?
How did Black people get to the United
Yeah,
States?
most of the blacks you see in the United States, how did they
Three
get there?
ways. They got here three ways. And I'm talking about the foundation of Black Americans. I'm not talking about the recent immigrants.
No, I asked a direct question. Most of the blacks you see in the US, how did they get there?
Many of
From what
them,
continent?
sir, many of the Black people here are Aboriginal. They were already here in the Americas for thousands of years. Many of them were already here. And some came from Africa, sir.
Okay, we are getting somewhere. Some came from Africa.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, but it's what you said is actually the opposite. Most came from Africa. I would agree that some were there before.
Sir, with your parameters that you're using, everybody came from Africa at one point. We haven't been in Africa
Okay,
500 years for the most part.
okay, that's good. So Africans built those institutions by your logic.
No, they didn't.
I mean, that's what you just said.
No, I didn't.
You said
This is, I
the
want
blacks.
folks to listen, because these folks are used to foundational Black Americans doing the work, and they're eating off our contributions because we have to share them with them. I want folks to listen to this, because this is how a
That's
lot
why
of
I asked you the
them think.
first time if you
Okay,
dislike
let's
us.
get it straight. Why do you think Jamaicans don't call themselves African Jamaicans and Trinidadians don't call themselves African Trinidadians? They came from Africa at one point, right?
Yeah.
Why don't they call themselves African Trinidadians and African Jamaicans and African Haitians?
You see, yeah, the one thing I feel most of you don't understand is
Okay,
ethnicity,
let's try answering that
language,
question.
and tribe.
Let's
You
try answering
see,
the question.
wait. Let me finish. I think
No,
the
I want
United
you to,
States.
Ike Cheki. I need you to answer that question, please. Please answer
That's
that
what
question.
I'm getting to. The US is a very diverse place. It's the most diverse country in the world. For instance, even if you have a Chinese in Nigerian, for instance, they won't call themselves Chinese Nigerian or something like that. Even if you go to Kenya, even if you go to Germany, you will hardly see someone call himself African German. The United States is has a very diverse culture, so that's why you see maybe some people use the term like that. That's my answer to that question.
That's
Yeah.
That answer doesn't make sense. They don't call
At
them.
least for you.
It doesn't make sense. You were just babbling, sir. You just babbled and didn't answer the question. You just talked in circles and didn't answer the question. Let me answer it for you. They don't answer.
Okay.
They don't call themselves that because they have their own identity. People from New Guinea, they don't call themselves African New Guineans. People from Australia, they came from Africa at one point. They don't call themselves African Australia.
If you go through that line, you will just reinforce what people have been saying, that Black Americans don't have a culture.
We don't have a culture.
I believe.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. We don't have a culture.
That's Haven't you heard that before? I mean, on the airbase space,
we are the
there's been.
culture. Slow
Wait.
down. We are the culture of America. Do you understand that?
Wait. I'm saying that if you say that you don't want people to refer to as Black Americans, it means you don't have a culture. That's what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
The
Wait.
Jamaicans have an identity. The Kenyans have an identity. Somalians have an identity.
Slow down. All right, because you're babbling. We're gonna slow walk this tonight. Okay, let's slow down. What's your culture and your identity? Turn your microphone on.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. What is your culture and your identity?
I mean, our culture is very, very simple. First, you identify someone by their accent. First, that's one.
So your accent,
Well, yeah,
your accent.
yeah, that's one. Then by their ideas and values.
Oh, what ideas and
Ideas.
values? Oh, I got to hear this. What's your ideas and values? That's your culture. What's that?
Okay. It could be through maybe say marriages, education, living, something like that. Family, your ideas and values. That's all it is. What it is.
That's your culture.
Yeah. I mean, culture is just the way of life of a people.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's our culture. That's our
Yeah.
culture. So
That's
how do we
that
not
is
have a
what I
culture?
said.
If that's
That is what I said. I said you all have a culture. But if you go on to say that, it ever means that you are reinforcing what people say you don't have a culture. That's
who,
what I just said.
but we do have a culture. I don't know
Yes,
what you're talking.
yes. I believe you do have a culture.
In fact, we are the culture. Everything that is American culture is foundational Black American culture. Everything great about it. Everything. You said your culture is family,
Yeah,
education,
yeah.
and what else?
That's basically it. The way of life of a people. Yeah, that's culture.
The way what way of life?
I mean, like I just said, it could be family, education, religion, something like that. It's just the way of life of a people.
Okay, so your
Yeah,
culture
everything.
is being subjected to white supremacy, right? Because your
Did I
religion
just?
is Christianity. Over in your homeland, there's big statues of white Jesus.
It's none of that. Yeah, I see a lot of Muslims,
Did you say it's none of that, sir? In your homeland, there's a
Muslims,
huge
none of that.
statue of white Jesus in your homeland.
I don't disprove that. I do not disprove that.
Right.
But I'm saying that
And
there's
the
also
way of
some other
life,
religion.
and the way of life is them getting the hell out of there, trying to come over here or to the UK. Is that your culture? Fleeing? Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's the way of life. People are trying to get the hell out of there. Is that your culture?
Uh, you know, sometimes when you talk, you just show your hatred for
This
Africans.
is not hatred, sir. You
Yeah,
said your way of life. And I see a lot. This is not hatred. Am I saying anything incorrect, sir? A lot of people from your homeland are getting the hell out of there. Right? Am I making that up?
it's just human nature to seek for better economic opportunities.
Then
It's
how come we
it's not
didn't
just
flee? Okay, it's human nature to stand and fight
yeah.
for what you built. That's the real human nature. That's what we do. That's our culture, foundational Black Americans, staying
Wait,
and fighting.
wait, 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 wait. Let me just ask you a question right now.
Uh-huh.
Let's say for instance, uh, your grandfather came to Nigeria. Is it right to stop you from coming to Nigeria if your grandfather is a citizen of Nigeria, for instance? Is it right to stop you? Do you
What?
think it's right?
I don't know what that even means. If my
I'm
grandfather
saying
came to
I'm
Nigeria,
okay.
what?
Let me put things into perspective for you.
Okay,
A
man,
lot
you
of
just okay.
Africans.
Okay, what I don't want you to do is just start mindlessly babbling now, because now you're just
Okay,
saying, if there's a leprechaun, does a leprechaun have a gold pot of gold? I don't want you to just start talking in circles now, sir, because I
okay.
think you kind of realize that that whole culture thing is, you kind of ran into a dead end on that one. You set yourself up for that one, sir. Talking about
Okay,
marriage and all of that, but a lot of
okay,
the
okay. All
marriages
right.
that no, you're gonna listen. You're gonna listen. A lot of the marriages, you said marriage was a part of your culture,
Of
but a lot
course,
of the
yeah.
marriages are scams. A lot of people are getting married in order to scam green cards from your homeland. Sir, is that scamming a part of your culture? These are questions.
that's, that's very funny. Yeah, no, no. It's. I mean, you see, like a lot of Indians, Bangladesh, Chinese.
And
They
from
also
your
come to
homeland, not
US.
just them, your
You do not accuse
sir,
them of that being a culture. So why do you
sir,
attribute?
sir. I know several foundational Black American women that's been scammed by these dudes from your homeland with these marriage scams. They come over here with that Prince of Zamunda talk and they marry for green cards and then they put all types of bad credit on these women's reports. Dude, I've seen it all. You guys do that majorly. If you're going to talk about marriage, talk about all of it, sir.
Uh, I wouldn't want to talk about Black American women. I don't want to go deep into that because I mean I might say some stuff that might be displeasing, but
Oh, wait, say it. We're family here. Say it. What
no,
about Black American?
no,
What about Black American?
I feel that you are being
No,
too
no, 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 no. I want to hear it.
emotional.
Let's. There's
Yeah,
no
so
emotion, sir. But
yeah,
no. What about Black American women? What about
I wanted to ask you a question. I'm saying
what
that
about foundation? No, no, no. Because and this is the thing. Because I've checked out some of these Nigerian message
okay,
boards. I don't know what is something you guys really have a bug in your eye about foundational Black
okay,
American women.
okay.
What's that about?
Let me get to it. Let me get to what I wanted to say.
Hold on,
Okay,
because I know I asked the question, sir. Hold on. I've seen this. You guys, there's something about foundational Black American women that you guys seem to have a lot of contempt about. What's that about? What's let's get down to the nitty gritty. What's that really
no,
about?
that's not true. We don't have a lot of contempt for them.
You,
What I
you
wanted to
do.
say
You
was like
guys are
if
always saying
if
real funny
if
style things about
if they
our
don't
women.
if they don't want Africans, or if they feel that we scam them, why do they still get to want to meet us? That's what I wanted to say, but I just don't want to talk about it. But I'm asking you
Why do they want to do what?
why do they still get married to us even when they know we're scammers? We scam them for
Well,
green
they don't.
cards.
They give you the benefit of the doubt. See, foundational Black
Really?
American.
Just that?
Yeah, yeah, yes, foundational
No.
Black American. Okay, Ubuntu. You
It's
got to Ubuntu. Come on now, don't talk over me. Foundational Black Americans, we look at all Black people as our brothers and sisters. We really
no.
don't.
You are just saying they are dumb because if someone scams you a lot,
No,
then
I didn't say you're
the
dumb.
wise thing to do is to stay away. I think. So you saying that they just want to give us the benefit of doubt. You just saying they are dumb, and you shouldn't say that. That's why I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so now you're
Yeah.
making stuff up. So
No,
you're
no,
putting into
no.
stereotype. I never said any
From your logic,
Ubuntu. Stop it, because you're
what does
making
it mean?
Ubuntu. Stop it. You're making stuff up, sir, and that
No,
goes into the
no, I am
lying.
not. That's why I didn't want.
That goes into the lying and scamming mentality, sir. You're sitting up here lying, Ubuntu. You're making stuff up, sir, and that's the problem that we have. People coming around with that deceptive, lying, con artist, scamming mentality, sir. That's a problem. That's a major problem, sir. This is why we have issues with certain folks who come over with that
Okay,
mentality.
okay, okay. And anyway, I'm not here to actually brag who is better or not. I feel that Black Americans and Africans should work together. Anyway, but I wanted to ask you a question. Uh,
Go ahead.
yeah, I wanted to ask you a question that everyone knows that some Africans came into the U.S. maybe through slave trade something. Do you think it's right to stop their great grandkids from coming to the US? Do you think it's right?
Do I think it's right for them to stop them from coming to the
I
U.S.?
mean, yes, their great grandkids, because their great grandfathers were in the US at some point, maybe through slave trade or something like that. So do you
Okay.
think it's right to make a law to stop Africans from coming to the country where
Oh,
their great grandfathers have been to?
okay, so if you are great grand relatives, how
Yeah.
come you have not made a space for us in your homeland?
Because I mean it's just simple logic. Humans wouldn't want to go to a place that isn't better than where they are. I mean, the US is better than maybe Africa, so
Okay,
you wouldn't
let's
want to be
try
there.
it
Yeah,
again.
but
If
but
we're great grand
go on,
relative,
yeah,
Ubuntu. If we're
what's that?
great grand relatives, why
Yeah,
haven't you and your people created a space for us to come over there without jumping through hoops? How come all of that land over there? How come you haven't said, "Hey, look, family, y'all come over here if you feel like it, and we have this land allotted for you"? Why haven't you done that?
huh? Really? Are you watching a movie right now? That doesn't work in real life. I mean, even in the US, you don't keep a place for Africans to come. They come, they develop themselves, maybe get education, do some stuff. You don't expect someone to create a land for you. No, that's not how it works.
How the hell do you think you get over here?
That's what I asked in the first instance. Do you think it's right to
How
stop
do you
Africans
think
from
you are?
coming?
How do you think you're able to get over here?
I know about the civil rights movement and
Even
the very
before,
laws here. I know. But
so
I'm saying because
black people, listen to me.
yeah, go on.
In many different ways, black people fought for you to get here. White people did not want Africans coming over here. Do you acknowledge
Okay.
that?
Okay.
In 1915, they had the
Okay.
African exclusion measure that they were
Okay.
trying to push to stop any African from coming over here. It
Okay.
was our foundational Black American representatives like Booker T. Washington and other people down in Tuskegee and other places
Okay.
going toe to toe with Congress to kill that measure so that Black people from Caribbean nations and from Africa to come over here. That's why Marcus Garvey was able to come over a year later from the invitation and the hard work of Booker T. Washington and other foundational Black Americans. In the 1960s, Black people did the same thing. They fought to get Black people able to immigrate here. Black people over here fighting in the damn streets for not just our civil rights, but to repeal some of those immigration laws that stopped them from barring y'all from coming over here. We fought for that. I mean, fought in the streets
Okay,
for.
that's good. That's good. Yeah, I acknowledge that.
And when
I'm
I
not
say,
disputing those facts.
and I sit
I'm
here and
not
ask
disputing it.
you, Ubuntu, stop.
What does that mean? What does Ubuntu mean?
Whatever your name is. So
Oh, okay.
when I asked you, how come you
Yeah,
haven't allocated land for foundational Black Americans? You're like,
yeah,
what nigga? Are you watching a movie? That's not how that works. You're flabbergasted. Every time you ask a person over there, how come you haven't
yeah.
allocated land for us? You act like you're offended that we would even go there. Really?
No, that's not it. I mean, you don't expect someone to create a land for you to come in, develop a society for you to come in. That's not how life works. That's why
That's how it
I'm
works
shocked
for
that
you.
that's not
That's
how it
how it
works.
works for you when you come over here.
Yeah, go on.
That's how it works for you.
No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is.
You
When
see,
you come over,
in,
yes, it is. When you come over here, you get all types of goodies and benefits that we fought for, sir.
no
Do you
way.
understand
Okay,
that?
okay. Yeah, okay,
When you
okay.
get the
See,
DACA, when you get
let
them
me walk you
DACA
through.
Ubuntu,
Let me walk you through the process of im- immigrating to a different country. Let me walk
when,
you through the process.
sir, when you come over here, you benefit off minority set aside programs that foundational Black Americans fought for you to enjoy. You come over here and get a bunch of free goodies that are undeserved. You didn't work for them because you're not citizens.
Wait, can I answer that?
All of the minority
Can
set
I
aside,
answer that? Can I
sir,
answer that?
Ubuntu, hold on. All of the set asides and programs that you come over here and benefit from, who do you think fought for those, sir?
Okay, they were fought by, I agree, foundational Black Americans and Africans. You mustn't dispute that fact that there were some
And
Africans who
Africans.
came in a slave trade through the slave trade, and they also built that. Do you know that?
You
Do
what?
you agree with that? Do you
Go ahead.
agree with
What?
that? That some Africans also built that.
No.
Those things you're talking about.
No, Africans, no,
So,
no, 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 because when people came over here, the Africanness
okay,
was stripped away from them.
okay, yeah, that's no,
Okay, their
I dispute
Africanness
that.
was stripped
I
away
dispute
from
that.
them. Yes,
What
the
what
Africans who
makes a
came over,
person? What makes a
Ubuntu,
person? Wait,
the
what do you think makes?
the Africanness was stripped away from them. The names, the culture, the identity. We became a brand new people over here, sir. We became a brand new people.
Let me ask you about Obama for instance.
Lord,
Do you know he can
are you
see
are
trace
you
his
about
roots to Africa?
are
Obama,
you
for
about
instance.
oh Lord, are you about to bring up Obama?
No, I'm just saying that is like the most recent.
No. Oh God, are you about to go there, sir?
No. I'm just saying that you can
Go ahead.
also
Go ahead.
attribute
Obama.
most of
What
these
about Obama? I
institutions to
got it.
Africans.
Ubuntu. Okay, go. I got to hear this. Let's take your time. I really want you to
Okay,
slow roll this.
okay. So
Go that. Okay,
I,
Obama. Now, what about him?
I am making a point that most of these things you argue about that were just that is built by just you were also built by Africans. If you're using the same logic, for instance, Obama, he also has an African root. In fact, he can see trace his roots back to Kenya. For instance, you can also say he's a Black American, but
And
he joined to build some of these institutions.
and Obama ain't shit. And okay, Obama is from Kenya. He's not a foundational Black American, and he
Okay.
and
My point is this. My point is this. Some of these things you argue about were also built by
no.
Africans.
You brought up Obama. What was the point of bringing up Obama? Obama didn't do a damn thing for foundational Black Americans. You're proving my point.
Okay. I was just making a point that you said when
And
we come.
you proved our point that foundational Black Americans have to look out for foundational Black Americans. Obama is an other. He's not a foundational Black American, and he did nothing to help foundational Black Americans at all. So you prove my point. We're different people, sir. Foundational Black Americans have a different lineage, just like you guys have different ethnic groups in your homeland. You're sitting here talking about Africa this, Africa that. You're not African unified in Africa, sir.
Okay, so you said you have a different lineage.
Yes, we do.
Do you consider the Africans that came through slave trade as a part of foundational Black American?
Yes,
Why?
because their Africanness was stripped away. They're genetically African. They became a totally different
So,
ethnic group.
what makes up a human? Do you believe
Their
more about genetics?
experiences, what makes up
The
different
African
groups of
blood,
people, what makes up
the
different
African
groups of
blood
people.
is still with them.
Umbutu. You're going to have to stop talking over me. You ask a question, I'll answer it, but don't talk over me, Umbutu. What makes humans is their experiences. That's
Okay,
what makes
hold
different
on.
ethnic. And our experience has been extremely unique. We've had experiences that no other group has had. That makes us very different. We are a distinct ethnic group. Okay?
So you're saying if I were to go to China, for instance,
Uh-huh.
I'm a Chinese. In 200 years' time, I'm a Chinese. Is that what you're saying, basically?
No,
That's what you said, bro.
because you didn't build China. China was already established. You see?
Oh, so
We've
I have to build a
established a
place first. Is
whole
that what
no,
you're
no,
saying?
we've established a whole new country.
Okay, let me rephrase this for you
Okay?
again.
If you go
So
to China, listen, because
to
China is
China,
already established. It's already an
okay,
established nation. You didn't
okay,
build it. Now, the people in Jamaica, they built Jamaica, so they have a right to call themselves Jamaicans. The people in
okay.
Trinidad, the
Let me
black
use
people built
Brazil for
Trinidad.
instance. Let me use Brazil. Brazil is not a developed country.
It's
So if I
what?
go to Brazil, it's not a developed nation. Brazil is not a developed nation.
Oh, yes, it
So if I,
is.
it is
It
not.
is.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about? Brazil is developed. What are you talking about?
No, Brazil is not a developed country. Yeah, for instance, it's not.
Dude, I've been to Brazil. It is developed. There's 5-star hotel.
Uh,
What are you talking about?
de- being developed doesn't mean it has it needs to have 5-star hotels. No, that's not
Okay,
development.
what are you talking about? It's not developed. There's paved roads, nice stretches of land. I mean, what are you talking about? It's not developed. It's very developed and advanced there. People, what
I
are you talking?
mean, let's not go too much about that. You gotta Google to check that. But
I don't
Brazil
have
is not
to
a development.
Google. I've been there. I've been to Brazil. I've seen it. It's developed. I don't know what you mean. It's not developed. What are they lacking if it's not developed? What are they lacking? What do you think they're lacking there?
Mexico or Argentina or Paraguay, they are not developed. So
Okay, let's
okay,
go. Okay,
let's just move on. Yeah.
okay,
So if
sir.
I were to use maybe
Okay, sir.
Mexico,
Okay.
for
All right.
instance, if I move to
Thank
Mexico,
you. Okay, so now Ubuntu is just babbling. I had to let him go. So now he just they just start saying anything. So that's their way of tapping out. So now he's just saying anything right now. All right, that's a way of tapping out. If you just start saying anything, then I'm not going to even entertain that. Brazil is not developed. Okay, let's talk about Argentina. Okay, you're just saying anything now. Now it's getting into time wasting tethering right now. So we got to watch out for that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, but yeah, this is what I've been telling people. A lot of folks, what they want to do. This is why people have a problem with us identifying our foundational Black American lineage, because all of these other groups, ladies and gentlemen, they've been eating off our accomplishments. This is why they have such a bug in their ass about it. For the last 200 years, people, everything that we accomplish, other groups, they have to eat off of it and latch it onto them and try to make it a part of their culture. They've been trying to ride the fumes off of it. You understand? And when we start differentiating ourselves, they can't ride them fumes. So now they got to hold their own nuts, and they know they ain't about to put in no work. So now there's this whole drive for us to identify with them. We got to identify with each other now, when they usually go out of their way to not identify with us when they benefit. You see, we're playing a game of called Keep That Same Energy. So we're playing the Keep That Same Energy game, because see, everybody wants to be Black until their group accomplishes something. And the problem is, a lot of these other groups are not putting anything on that. They're not putting nothing on that scoreboard. So we've been out here putting everything on the scoreboard, getting things done, getting bills and laws passed, getting tangible set asides for all of these so-called minority groups that we have to share everything with. And the minute they get anything that looks remotely like a win, I'm not Black, I'm Nigerian American. I'm not Black, I'm Ghanaian American. I'm not Black, I'm Ugandan American. All of a sudden they play the I'm not Black game. They go out of their way to differentiate themselves the minute they think they got to win somewhere. But we're not supposed to differentiate ourselves. No, we are. Foundational Black Americans are a very unique group. We're the only group really out here with a culture that's significant, a culture that's reinvented on a regular basis. That's the great thing about foundational Black American culture. We invent and then reinvent new cultures all the time. We are the culture. Other groups have no culture. They got to point to something from 300-400 years ago and call that culture. And then they have to try to make something up on the spot. No, I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but we're going to have truth to power. None of these groups have no damn culture, and they know it. That's why they have to flee their homeland. They don't really have no culture. Let's keep it a buck. With my language is my culture. Well, all you're doing in your language is asking, how do I get the hell out of here? That's not really a good culture. And by the way, foundational Black Americans, we have a language culture. We have the Tut language. And that's the language that we would use to talk in secret. And we still use it to talk in secret. That's why we're not so gung-ho about teaching it to people. It's a secret language, and it was secret for a reason, and we still keep it secret. We talk amongst ourselves now in Tut language. We have Facebook rooms where we talk in our foundational Black American Tut language. We talk to each other in that language. In fact, you can't even get in the room unless you answer some of the Tut language questions, and you have to answer it, and you have to be able to decipher it. We're not trying to teach everybody that. Oh, we are the damn culture. We're the only people with a damn real culture. That's why you're coming over here. Don't ever let nobody fix their mouths talking about we don't have a culture. If you're using a damn light bulb or a lamp, that's foundational Black American culture. If you're using a doorknob, that's foundational Black American culture. You're using the modern toilet, that's foundational Black American culture. You got a home security system, that's foundational Black American culture. The list goes on and on. Radiator heaters, that's foundational Black American culture. We were creating all this stuff. If you dry clean your clothes, that's foundational Black American culture. If you drive your car and there's a traffic light in front of you, that's foundational Black American culture. Come on, family. We are the culture. That's where a lot of this vitriol comes from. And when we point this out, us pointing out our foundational Black American culture, they try to translate that into, do you hate us? Why do you niggas hate us so much? Why do you niggas hate us? Y'all think us letting you do your thing on your own is hating on you. No. that's showing you love, that's pushing you out the nest and letting you do your thing. Because we've been carrying too many damn people. And y'all ain't, nobody's been no ally to us. I've heard people say, well, why you niggas want to go it alone on your own? We've been on our own, man. We've always got stuff done on our own. We don't have no allies nowhere. We don't have no allies. Nowhere. We just don't. And notice when I asked dude, hey man, why don't y'all allocate some land to us over there? If you're talking about we are great great grandfather and great great grand relatives, okay, we all family. How come the family members ain't doing nothing back home? What nigga? Are you on TV right now, nigga? Are you crazy? Notice every time we ask them that, they look at us like we're stupid. Every time we say to them, man, how come if we all this big family and we big kumbaya and we all the same people, we all the same niggas, where is the land for us back home with the family there? If we all family, family looks out for other family members. Where is the land for us back in the motherland? Oh, it doesn't work like that, nigga. It works like that when you get here. Oh, it works like that when you get here. You get all types of free goodies and set-asides and benefits and tangibles when you get here. It does work like that. It's one way. So now we're not having this whole one-sided thing no more. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. Everybody's going to have to pull their own weight. Yeah, we ain't going for fake Pan-Africanism no more. We're not doing that. All right, let's get this guy in here. Brick City Chop Shop. Let's get this guy in here. I think he looks like I had him on before. Well, let's see. Brick City Chop Shop. Okay, he got out of here real quickly. Okay. All right, let's try Socrates. All right, let's try Socrates in here. All right. Socrates, hop on. Socrates? All right, what's going on, buddy?
I just want to say, I'm from Africa, originally from Angola, but live in Namibia. I just want to say, listen, all these people coming here complaining to you about what you're doing for your people, whatever that is. Don't listen to these people. These are just haters. You see, the reason why Africa doesn't go forward is because of people like this. You see, they always oppose to development. So it's pointless.
Yes,
it's pointless.
Real talk. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, brother. Real talk, man. Real talk. All right, let's get a couple of more calls in here. Let's get a couple of more in here. Let's get 1093 Shango. 1093 Shango in here. All right. 1093 Shango. All right, and then we'll get Eric Holtz. I think that's his name.
All right, shout out to you, Flex. Really appreciate everything that you're doing. Just a quick update. I got some art. So if you're an off code FBA or a black person, whatever, then yeah, it's real. But if you're on code, then it doesn't exist. Like so many things they try to give to us to just create division between black men and black women, especially foundational black women and black men, because that tether you was talking to, I don't know if you noticed, I was throwing my hands up like man, get rid of him, get him out of here, because we can't talk. I mean, and this is how I look at it, and I tell so many of our other FBA brothers and sisters this, we've gave them 60 years, really longer than that, but I put that at about Martin Luther King time. We gave them 60 years to show us their worth, to show us they're going to get in the game and put some skin in the game and really fight. And they did the exact opposite. They come over here with third generation kids and they talk trash and lie about us all the time. So now it's not only hold your nut season, it's it's like that tenant that ain't paid the rent in 3 months. You know, you kind of
Yeah.
gotta you gotta go. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Real
You know,
talk. Real talk.
it's just
Real talk. But thank you for the call, brother. Let me get some more folks in here. Eric Hubbs.
Hi. So, wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now, how old are you, Eric? You look like a kid. How old are you, buddy?
14.
Oh, okay. So, where you from, Eric?
Texas.
Oh, okay. So what's on your mind, man?
I'm gonna be going off what Socrates said before, but yeah, they're hating on original black people because they different. They ain't shit.
Okay.
Fucking name ass bastards.
Okay, Eric. Okay, so you need to be playing. You need to go play your video games, Eric. Okay. You're one of these Call of Duty kids. Okay. All right, Eric. Go ahead and play your video games, sir. Okay, and then go drink you a cup of True Moo milk or something, sir. All right. Have a good day, Eric. Okay. You got to watch him. Okay. Oh, so I connected him again. I didn't mean to connect him. Hold on. Let me get him out of here because I don't want this dude to get mad and go shoot a school up or something. But let's get some more people in here. Let's get let me see. We got a lot of folks in here right now. Am I still trending on Twitter right now? Okay, let's get Law B. Okay, this is one of these funny looking accounts. Okay, hold on. This is one of these funny looking accounts. But Law B, Law YB. Let's get Law YB in here. All right. Law YB. Law YB, turn your microphone on.
Oh, okay. I'm on. Good evening, Tariq.
Good evening. Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from El Paso.
El Paso. Now is that Nigerian or Ghanaian? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm Nigerian.
There you go. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, actually I dropped a message for you on your handle on your page on Twitter. I'm a graduate student. I have this research on immigrants, African immigrants, and the perception of Black American over their relationship. So I don't know if it's just right. Mine will be more of a debate, but I just have a few questions and I want to pick your thought on them. Do you mind?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have like 6 questions. I won't interject you at any time. So the first one is: would you consider African immigrants and Black Americans at one, at all?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So can you?
We're from different lineages and different cultures.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So we're one in a genetic sense.
Okay.
But as far as lineage and culture, we're different as far as that.
Okay. So will it be correct for me to say that originally there was up to the point of slavery, and then you have a different culture, they have their own different culture? Would that be correct?
Now, up to the point of slavery?
No, you said homogeneously, like originally maybe by physical appearances and all of those things, maybe they're from, but then from the point of slavery, was that the point where things went apart?
Well, I think it was probably before that. And we got to remember, there were a lot of Black people on the planet. A lot of the original people in different places. You go to Asia, they're Black people. I've seen them. There's Black people who look like they're from an African tribe, but they're actually Asian. There were Black people on the North and South and Central American continent. Now, during the slave trade, when the Spanish came over, they brought some Black people who were already in Europe, and then they brought Black people from Africa, and all of them mixed in with the Black people who were already here. So that became a whole different ethnic group. And that's how a lot of ethnic groups get started. Different groups move around. They have different languages, different ideologies, different customs, and then those groups get together and form a whole different group. And based on circumstances, that group might move around and form a different group. So we, as foundational Black Americans, we have a certain lineage that's very unique that other people don't have. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does. Okay. So, where do we trace the foundation of foundational Americans to? Did they come from anywhere? All of this is not me speaking as an individual or a Nigerian. I'm just looking for perspective for the research. So
Right.
nothing is personal to say. I think it's important I make that known.
Right. So foundational
Yeah.
Black Americans come from 3 points. They come from the Aboriginal people here. They come from that Moorish bloodline of people who were trading back and forth voluntarily, and they come from the small percentage of people brought over from Africa during the slave trade. We have to understand less than 4% of people brought from Africa made it to North America. Most of the people taken from Africa went down into the Caribbean, went down into Brazil and Central America. So a very small percentage. So again,
Oh, okay. Thank you. That I like that. That makes it very clear for the research. So, however, the second question would be: can you distinguish between African immigrants and African Americans? And if yes, what are the things that make you differentiate them easily?
It depends on who's distinguishing what. Oftentimes, they can distinguish themselves from us, and in many cases, we can distinguish ourselves from them. We can tell when somebody is an immigrant. We can kind of look at them. We can look at the phenotype, and sometimes we can tell from where. In some cases, we can. Some cases, we can. Now, I can tell. I can look at some people and say, okay, that person looks like they're Somalian. That person's they look Ethiopian, or that person looks West African. So we can tell by certain phenotypes. In some cases, we can't. Some people look just like, regular foundational Black Americans. And this is anywhere you go, to be honest. Again, I've been over to Hawaii and seen people who look like Black folks over here. You understand? So that's part of it. So in certain cases, you can distinguish, but a lot of times you can't, because one way you can't, a lot of people come over here and then they try to mimic foundational Black Americans. So they'll start taking on our dialect, our swag, our nonverbal cues. So a lot of people will start acting like us because we have a certain swag that people don't have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. So the other one is yeah, there has been instances that in literature, I mean the text that we've read, instances where African immigrants get blamed for the slavery experience. So the question is, do you blame African immigrants for slavery or anything associated with it?
I blame the white supremacists. Those are the ones to blame. It was the white supremacists who really facilitated slavery. Let's be very clear. The colonization and all of that, it's really the white supremacists. Now, let's be very clear. There were some African countries that were in line and they were working with the white supremacists in order to enslave people. We're going to have to be real. Y'all want to run from that. That's a very real thing. Elmina Castle is still sitting over there. They sat there and let the Portuguese build that damn castle, and they were right along with them until the white supremacists ended up turning on the African nations and then colonizing them and then devastating them even more. So that's something that people are going to have to deal with over there. Y'all did help with the white supremacists during the slave trade. They exploited the tribal differences over there that you guys have not woken up to. You still have those tribal differences and you're still being exploited over there based on those tribal differences. And people have not figured that out yet, or they don't want to figure it out, and got rid of all of those tribal differences and start working together as one big African group over there in Africa.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So the other issue is, have you had encounters with African immigrants? If you had, how was the experience like?
Have I had contact with African immigrants?
No, encounters like relationship, jobs, like different things, encounters.
Yeah, I had positive and negative encounters with African immigrants. Yeah.
Okay. Could you please share a few of them?
I'm friends with a lot of African immigrants. I'm very cool with a lot of African and Caribbean immigrants. I've worked with African and Caribbean immigrants. I've worked with Africans in the diaspora and Caribbeans in the diaspora. But we've also had some negative experiences with a lot of the tether class. See, we have to understand this. In foundational Black American society, we have our Sambos and Coons. The thing is, we identify them very quickly and we put them on the outs. We make them outliers in our society. You guys have the same thing over there, but y'all don't let us know who the Sambos and the Coons are. So we kind of have to figure that out on our own. And you have a lot of those people who come over here after they've undermined everybody over there, and then they come over here and really try to undermine us. So this is why we got to kind of clean house to a certain degree. And sometimes you might get some strays hit. You understand? But go ahead.
Yeah. So what are the type of issues that are negative that you could pick to in particular? Do you have very few examples?
Do you have a few examples of what now?
No, like you said you've had some negative experiences, some like they are not
Oh,
real and all of those things. Like are there particular instances and the kind of
oh yeah.
examples that one can
Great,
relate to easily?
great. I do. Great question. Yes, there are many examples. Obama is an example. What they do. Kamala Harris is an example. The Congressional Black Caucus is an example. A lot of immigrants come over here and they do the same thing they were doing back in the diaspora, which is getting with the white supremacist powers and acting as a buffer against the black masses. And we have a lot of that. This is why a lot of black immigrants are put into political positions over here because they understand that these African and Caribbean immigrants do not have the same cultural camaraderie with foundational black Americans. So if they choose to work with the white supremacists to harm us, it's not going to play on their conscience. The white supremacists understand that the conscious and people's consciousness is very deep. You're not going to harm somebody in your own group unless you're a full out coon.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I agree.
understand?
I
You know,
agree with you. Yeah.
and even if you are a coon, you might wake up at some point. This
Yeah.
is why when you have people like Marion Barry was a foundational black American. They put him in a political position and he was helping other black people out there in Washington, D.C. And that's why they had to set him up and, expose him smoking crack and all that stuff. And people still rock with him because he still rock with the community. So a lot of us, we will still, foundational black Americans, instinctively, we're going to look out for our group. So, and the white supremacists understand this. So this is why they will elevate other groups. Now, you're out there in Texas, right?
Yes, yes, I am. I'm in
Now,
Texas.
Texas, in the prison systems out there. And by the way, do you work in the prison systems?
No, no, no. I'm a graduate student. I school in the University of Texas at El Paso.
Got it. Okay. Now, in Texas, in particular, they have a lot of people from Nigeria working as correctional officers in the prison. They're
Yeah.
heavy out there in Texas. A lot of Nigerians. And the reason why they do that is because they understand those Nigerians, they're not going to have any type of camaraderie with those inmates there. So they're going to keep those inmates in line. Whereas foundational black
Because they are
American,
different, right?
the what?
I said because they are different people, right?
Right. They look at them different, meaning a foundational black American correction officer, they're going to be in there slipping cell phones to them. They're going to be doing things to low key help them brothers get up out of there. They're going to
Yeah.
kind of look out for them because it might be a relative. It might be somebody that they grew up with in jail. So they know they're going to look out for their own people. But a person
Yeah.
who from another land, they're like, fuck them niggas. Go to bed. Lights out, nigga. It's going to be that type of thing. So
Yeah.
the white supremacists will use a lot of African and Caribbean immigrants as buffers against us. And that's been a
Okay.
problem. And this is one reason why we've been calling a lot of folks out. We've been cleaning house, not letting non FBA people act as our spokespersons because oftentimes they are put out there to undermine us.
Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. So if I go again, do you believe that they compete with you over what is due to you? For instance, jobs and a few other things. Like I've heard the comments about they come from underdeveloped, impoverished world. They come here, take our jobs, take our women. We don't want them. Like that kind of comments. How do you place it as regards this question?
No,
You believing that they compete with you over what is due to you?
no, I don't know who said y'all come over and take our women. I don't know who said that.
No,
I don't.
like I
I
said,
never, I've never,
I picked on.
never,
Okay.
dude. I don't know where that came from. Whoever told that they are telling a lie. Let me speak for all foundational Black Americans, which I don't try to speak for everybody. Not one foundational Black American is sitting up here worried about somebody from Nigeria or Africa taking a woman from them. None, literally none, sir. Okay, none. I don't know where that came from, but we are not worried
Okay.
about anybody coming over taking some woman from us. at all.
It's good to hear your perspective. But then, so the larger question is: do you believe that they compete with you over anything that is due to you? Do you believe immigrants compete with you over anything that is due
Well,
to
no,
you,
not
like you've labored?
just immigrants in general. It's not an African immigrant thing. Just immigrants in general. We're not singling out African immigrants.
Oh,
Really,
okay.
Asian and the Hispanic immigrants are more of an issue when it comes to that because they're incentivized even more. So it's immigration in general. Most foundational Black Americans, we really weren't big on immigration like that for a long time. We wanted brothers and sisters to come over here at one point because we thought they were going to be reinforcement. But as far as mass immigration over here, we understood that that would be a problem because there's already limited resources to a certain degree. And what happens is the white supremacists will use immigrants as a buffer to disenfranchise us. So the problem is really with the white supremacists. It's not with the particular immigrants per se. It's just the way they weaponize immigration against us. So our issue is white supremacy, not the immigrant, so to speak.
Oh, okay. So the idea is there are limited opportunities, and then immigrants there to share what is limited with original America. Is that the position? Is that correct?
What's the question again?
No, I'm saying if I get you correctly, you are saying that the resources are limited, and then immigrants are coming to take what is not enough. Is that the right thing you said? Did
Well,
I
no.
get it right?
Okay, Don, I don't know, you're framing it in a certain way that's somewhat disingenuous. I was very clear. Let's be clear. Let's use my words because I don't want you to get into that will
Okay,
be perceived.
if you could help me again, if you could just
Okay.
say a sentence about it again, maybe for clarity.
Okay. All immigration, okay, if resources are already limited and you're bringing over people, incentivizing them, that would be a problem for any group.
Okay.
Okay. That would be a
Yeah.
problem. That's not the
So
same. Foundational Black Americans are worrying about Africans taking our jobs. That's a false narrative because what jobs are you taking? You're not really taking any jobs that we're tripping on like that. We're basically in the same boat to a certain degree.
okay. Yeah, so the other one is, which immigrants are you more comfortable with? For example, Chinese, Mexicans, or Africans?
None. I'm really not for any immigration at this point. None. I absolutely don't want any immigration at all at this point. We're done with immigration. We should close the borders completely at this point.
Okay. So to a large extent, you think this position represents what majority foundational Blacks want, right?
A lot of us,
Border closure.
a lot of Black people, a lot of foundational Black Americans are getting to that point because we realized, and let me ask you this, what do you think, what benefit is there for immigration to foundational Black Americans? How do foundational Black Americans particularly benefit from immigration?
Okay. Well, I think I would answer this question, but I would like to end this formal session and then take it on like personally, so that I won't alter the scope of the interview. I hope
Okay,
you get it.
but we're having a dialogue, so let's answer that question because that's a very pertinent question.
So you think I should answer it right now?
Yeah, answer it now. Since
Okay. Yeah.
well,
Majorly
how
two
do we
things.
benefit? How do foundational Black Americans benefit from immigration specifically?
Well, like you mentioned, originally you thought having your brothers around give you a louder voice at fighting what we see as injustice in the society. So that could be one perspective. But now you told me that you thought it would be so and it is not so. They use them to then attack you further and all of those things. So it won't be important whether I say yes or no. Since you gave me historical perspective, I thought that would be an important thing. Like, when you have people that look like you, that identify as being Black too, then it increases the number. That's one thing I think.
That's
Then
what we thought. That's what we thought too. But
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one of the
let's be
things that
real.
will
But
give
we
you.
got to be real. When we were having some of these protests, there were African immigrants running around here talking about Black lives don't matter. Oh, y'all just have to work hard. You had a lot of that going on. And even with the women who are part of the so-called Black Lives Matter organization, many of them come from immigrant backgrounds. And as we see, it was a big finesse. They were finessing money. We look at certain immigrant groups who are getting involved in our protest and using it as a come up for themselves. So it was very exploitive. You understand? While we were
Yeah.
doing all the hard work, they were up here propping up nonprofit organizations and scamming and scheming and skimming money. So yeah, we didn't get those loud voices from them. We had to do all the damn work like we always do. So wouldn't that be a problem, sir?
Okay, yeah, so that's one. The other one I would think is whatever their social interaction of human being, not even particularly Africa or America. I'm saying if you are from a different place and from a different culture, I have different experiences. When there is that interaction, it makes people think better, it makes for innovation to happen and all of those. So I'm not being particular about African immigrants or Mexican, but I believe that when interactions of different people happen, they think they share experiences and new genius activities that gets bettered, like giving birth to. So those are the kind of things that I see that make me want to be open to meeting new people, engaging, and all of those things. I wouldn't know if you agree with such. That's in response to your question of what benefits accrued to immigration and the environment that they get themselves into.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well, thank you so much, sir. All
Yeah,
right.
so please have it.
Okay, the last part I really couldn't understand what the brother was saying, to be honest. So I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't understanding what he was saying. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's get Bronze Doll in here. Got another person with a Trinidadian flag. Let's get Bronze Doll in here. Bronze Doll with the Trinidadian flag. What's up, Bronze Doll? Oh, she got out of here real quickly. Okay. Bronze Doll got the hell out of here. All right. Well, so let's get Tim Howard in here. Bronze Doll got out of here real quickly. What's up, Tim Howard?
Hi, Tariq. How are you? Thanks for letting me speak.
There you go. Tim, have you been on here before? Have I let you on before?
Not this particular chat, no.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, so what's on your mind, Tim?
Well, I originally joined because is this the gender war? But leading off in the last conversation, I wouldn't mind overlapping into that. And for any of you who don't know me, I'm not real important, but I'm Tim Howard, the Rabbit, and I'm originally from Ferguson, Delwood, Missouri. So I'm really passionate about the things you're speaking about, and I really agree with you a lot, a whole lot, other than immigration, a little bit. But I love where you're coming from because at my hometown and what happened here, I was so passionate about us being infiltrated. And because of what was happening with immigration, after seeing them coming in, and we'll just say them, not as in the immigrants now, the faces and the names we can't actually label, I want to call them the infiltrators, not the good people who are protesting, not the people of our neighborhood. And where we are from, we're talking about the outsiders that took PAC money and they exploited everything. So when I came back and had the argument on Facebook and Bernie Sanders intercepted it, and I started All Lives Matter with the verbatim, it was amazing how I got attacked over that. At the same time, majority of people knew, the real deal protesters knew, and everybody came together, and there was a full show of solidarity in St. Louis. And it come to find out those who were abusing the PAC money were the ones that came back. And so a lot of the immigrants also, I've seen them in New York, were using us to grandstand foreign issues and just used America as their stage. And I was curious if you're on the same page, because that's how I feel like we are.
Yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah, well, I do agree that a lot of the immigrants were being very exploitive, but also with that All Lives Matter thing, we got to be very clear. There's a lot of white supremacist jargon that undergirds that whole All Lives Matter movement. That's really to undermine doing anything tangible for justice for Black people. That's something I cannot co-sign.
That's true, and make no mistake, I've had to deal with a lot of danger from that, because those who are supremacists, I will not let them take the narrative either. And so I'm dealing with a whole lot of issues there in another side of the world, but I don't care. I'm going to keep fighting.
Right. But you do agree, or do you agree, that there should be specific justice for Black people in America, foundational Black Americans in particular?
What do you mean specific?
Justice. There has to be specific justice, meaning that we should get the same type of protections that Asian people are getting right now. Asian people, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The hardest thing about Blacks in America, and I'm saying it that so that we don't get confused between African Americans and Black Americans.
Right.
There's a huge difference. and I had to learn this as well, you know, getting rid of the whole systemic thing. Once I identified and put it out there about the colonization thing, and once we realized what really happened, I can't believe I'm losing my place, and I'm very adamant about it. What did you just ask me? I apologize.
I was asking you about Black people getting specific justice protections.
Yes, Black folks in America are automatically labeled dangerous, right? And that is the biggest hump. So when I fought for fact checking and fair doctrine, that really changed that. So I'm glad that even though we're nowhere near out of the woods and nothing is perfect, but at least we're finally living in a time where media is instituting fair doctrine. And now when I watch television, because I used to be in radio and television as well as other stuff, lightly, that I'm seeing more of a balance now where before Black folks were always depicted as dangerous or gangster, and all the cliches were there all the time, like the old Zima commercials that were absolutely horrible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So now I'm seeing the balance there. So at least we're off to the next step. And so not to defend my stance on All Lives Matter, but I do hope that people know the narrative I meant. And it's great because even when everybody marched in front of my house and I blended in, I didn't ask people to take over that narrative, but it was amazing to see that that's what people were concerned about. And then to see people saying Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, because I support the Black Lives Matter message, of course. Besides, I'm from Ferguson. There's a lot of people I love. So when things were happening on TV for me, I recognized the faces and the people. I worked in the hip hop scene for a while, so I really recognize people, and I care, you know. But I was curious about the gender war because that's
but
where
we got
I'm at
we
now.
got to stay on. But we got to stay on this All Lives Matter thing. We got to stay on.
Sure. Let's do it.
Because as you know, the whole All Lives Matter thing, that was really a lot of pro-police type of stuff. So are you really one of these Blue Lives Matter guys too?
I'm on both, but remember, I started that. They took my narratives. I get lumped to the side, and it's because I'm nobody important, but it's who says what. So if anybody knows anybody who's got a friend in real intel and knows Bernie Sanders, I'm Tim Howard the Rabbit. That was me and my cousin who was arguing. We're all tied in, and they intercepted it and took it. So I'm glad, but at the same time, yes. And at the same time, though, a lot of the fraternal police, they are also getting beat up all at the same time, and they are not supremacists. But I'm with you because there's a whole lot of supremacists. A lot of them, some of them have threatened my life, which is why I fought Trump. I fought for Biden and Harris and did all these things because in the end, we were about to go to war in a very different way. And we would have literally China, Iran, and Russia all together against us right now with a lot of our soldiers dead. So I'm glad that things didn't turn out that way.
There you go.
But that's the point, and I hope everybody understands that too. You know.
Got it. Thank you so much, Tim. All right, let's get some more folks in here. All right. Let's get a couple of more people because we're going to wrap it up. I'm not going to be on here too long. I always say that. So let me see. Who is this Kushite queen? Let's get Quetta in here. See, Quetta's been waiting. Let's get Quetta in here. Let's get Quetta in here, and then we'll get Scared Not Scared. All right, Quetta.
Jose X. I think I got that right.
Yes, ma'am. Papi Kuti, a little over to you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad I finally got on. I was actually watching your show from last night on YouTube, and I hopped on Twitter, and I was like, oh, let me get it on this show. So I want to ask you a quick question. I've been kind of tracking your shows, hoping you would touch on this topic, but I want to get your opinion on the African Union. So they recently added the diaspora as the sixth region to the African Union. And
when they do that?
They did this last month at the beginning of March.
Okay.
Yeah, so they it was not a whole bunch of fanfare with it and everything. And somebody actually brought it to my attention. And I was like, Tariq ain't talking about it. Like, I didn't hear anybody talking about it. And I was like, that's interesting to me. Like, Umar, nobody was talking about it. And I was like, okay. So I thought it was interesting that when they added the sixth region, they labeled the diaspora as I'm waiting for it to come up on my phone. They label the diaspora as the muscle, the know-how. Now, mind you, all of the other regions, like West Africa is the spine, North Africa is the sun, South Africa's resources, or whatever. Everybody else is something valuable. But when it comes to the diaspora, and I don't see the diaspora as meaning African who have immigrated or have left Africa, I don't think they consider themselves as a diaspora, and I don't think others do. But I think they consider like us, the foundational Black Americans or the people born in the United States. I think they consider us diaspora. So when I looked at it, I was like, y'all consider us the muscle, the know-how. I was like, so y'all want us to be the bouncers, like y'all want us to protect y'all? Like, what does that mean? But I was curious if anybody else had any opinions on that.
I'm gonna look into that, but I wouldn't be surprised. But that's very interesting because again, people know that, man, we're the ones who put in the work. We're the ones who get out here in the streets and put our fingers down here in the ground and make things happen. So I would not be surprised. But I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look into that and see what that's really about. All right, we still got a lot of folks in here, a lot of people. Shout out to everybody in here, by the way. You guys can get my book on Amazon. I have a book, if you guys didn't know. And in fact, while I'm talking, why don't y'all pull up a browser and y'all pull up Amazon right now? Let me give y'all the book. Shout out to my brother Macau. Oh wait, my brother Macau, he's over there. Oh, my brother Macau, he said that they're talking about the African Union. They're referring to the 6th district as immigrant Africans. Okay, my brother who's over there doing some work, he just brought some clarity. He said they're not talking about foundational Black Americans. Okay. He said they're very clear. My brother Michael, he's telling me about this. He said that they're talking about Black immigrants. That's who they're talking about. Okay. All right. So I got a brother who's over there right now. He's clarifying this right now. He's saying they're not talking about foundational Black Americans. The 6th district means African immigrants who's over here. That's who they're talking about. And they're adamant about it's not us. So yeah, we're back at square one. I knew something. That's why there's no fanfare. Okay, that's why there's no fanfare about it. So yeah, that's what it is. When she was saying that, I'm like, that's shocking because yeah, they haven't included us in none of that stuff. All right, so that's what it is. That's what it is. All right. All right, let's who else? One more, let's get one more person in. Oh yeah, I was telling you about my book, by the way. My book, Foundational Black American Race Beta. It's on Amazon. Pull that up right now. Foundational Black American Race Beta. That's my book on Amazon. You can get that book right now, ladies and gentlemen. Foundational Black American Race Beta. I drop a lot of good game in that book, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of good game. What's up? I see Kia Soto. Everybody say what's up to my girl, Kia Soto. Kia was on the phone call with us and Bill Cosby the other day. Shout out to my sister Kia. Let me see. Shout out to Aki. I see Aki in here. I see Nicole in here. Shout out to Nicole. Should I get one more, guys? Should I get one more good call in here? Let me get one more call in here. Let me see. I'm looking through the people. Let's get Raxos. We'll get Brother Raxos in here. All right, Raxos, hop on. All right. Raxos, hop on, brother. Hey, what's up, brother?
How are you, Tariq?
I'm good, man. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Okay,
Yeah.
what's on your mind?
Yeah, I just have, yeah, you asked a question earlier. How does immigration benefit America, right?
Yes, foundational Black Americans. Yes. How does it benefit foundational Black Americans?
Well, you know that labor is a resource, right? So the more you have of something, the better.
No, that's not true at all.
How is that not true?
The more you have of something is not the better. There's a lot of people from your homeland. How is that better?
Yeah, the more people we have, the more production we can do, the more things we can have. I don't know how you can agree with that,
Okay.
argue with
Well,
that.
sir, if that's the case, why did you have to leave your homeland and go to Saudi Arabia? You're not from Saudi Arabia originally.
I didn't leave my homeland. Actually, my grandfather came to Saudi Arabia. So I was born.
Okay. Okay. Saudi Arabia is not your homeland. You're not an Arab.
Wow, what do you mean by an Arab? An Arab is anyone who speaks Arabic. I can speak Arabic
Okay.
perfectly.
Right. But you're not a Saudi Arabian Arab. You come from somewhere else. What part of West Africa do
No,
you come from?
have the
Nigeria?
citizenship. I actually have the citizenship.
No. I'm not asking you about citizenship. Your family is
Now,
from
what are
what?
you
Is it?
asking me about?
Are they from Nigeria, sir?
Yes, and I was born in Saudi Arabia, so it's my country.
But your family's from Nigeria, right?
My grandfather was from Nigeria, yes, but I'm not.
Right. See, just y'all stop being ashamed of where you're from. Okay,
I'm
y'all
not
stop
ashamed.
it.
I already told you where I am from
It's like
originally.
pulling
If I was
and
ashamed, I
like
wouldn't
pulling
tell
teeth
you.
with Babatunde, stop it. Now listen, if it were about numbers and numbers make productivity, why are all those people in Nigeria not being as productive as they can be?
Well, Nigeria has a very complicated history of colonization
Oh
and white
Lord,
supremacy and stuff like that.
explain it.
What?
What's the complicated history, sir?
I don't know. You can Google it. Like, I have no idea.
I don't want to Google. I'm talking to somebody who's from there. What's the complicated history? You just said
I'm not from. I'm not from there.
more labor. So if that's the case, y'all got all those people there, over 100 million people there, and where's the labor? How's that productive?
Well, they can't be productive because of neo-colonialism. Like Europeans, like install fake leaders in Nigeria and extract all the resources from there.
Okay, so
So yeah, they
so the
can't be
more
productive.
people, so
They're
and so
productive,
more
but
people
for
don't
the
make a
wrong people.
difference. Then
No, it
you
does.
what?
It does. But like the resources are going a different way. Like, they're not going to the country they come from. They're going to another country, another nation.
Okay, so why you got over 100 million people in Nigeria, black folks? Why isn't the labor benefiting the people there?
I'm not sure Nigeria is even an industrialized society. I'm talking about these first world nations like America and Europe.
No,
Like
no, no,
immigration benefits them
no.
greatly.
No. Okay, I know you're talking about us. Or that's why we don't want a whole bunch of other people over if they're not on code and trying to build with us. That it doesn't benefit us, sir, because you don't even
Why,
benefit yourself in your homeland.
why do you think America allows immigration if it doesn't benefit them?
For the most part, they use immigrants now as buffers and to undermine us at this point. That's why they allow it now. They use it to undermine us, black people, because they know how productive we are.
Is that it?
That's it. That's one of the main reasons why they do
Okay,
it.
okay. Okay, why does Europe allow immigration then?
Why does Europe allow it?
Yeah.
Well, they allow people to come over from the places they've colonized, which is what they should do. But even Europe is having a Brexit movement where they're trying to stop immigration.
No, that's just the UK. I'm talking about the rest of Europe.
Well, France, well, you got to understand the rest of Europe did a lot of colonizing. France, and now when we look at places like the UK, look at how people are being treated in the UK now with that, not the UK, but the Ukraine, with the war and the immigrants are trying to go to Poland and they're being smacked around all over Europe right now because of the war going on in the Ukraine. So the African people are trying to bounce around different places in Europe and we see how they're being smacked around. You understand?
How being smacked around?
Exos?
Normal people by citizens?
Sir, we've seen videos of people being smacked around all over Europe. Black folks trying to go to Spain. They're trying to run to all these different places, and they're being smacked around, sir. They're being very mistreated going to all of these places. They're going everywhere but back home to Africa, sir. Hello? Okay, he bounced, guys. I didn't take him off here. He bounced. He dipped. I think the reality was a little too hard for him. That brother dipped. But anyway, that's been enough. I've been on here long. Oh, I said I wasn't going to be on here long, and it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. I've been on here way too long. All right, let me get up out of here, family. Look, go to Amazon.com, get my book, Foundation of Black American Race Beta, and I will holler at you guys. Papi Akute and Lulavuve to the family. Peace.